resolutions. I'm trying to keep fit, you know. So you will see a lot more of me, you know, a lot more.
I'm excited about that because it's one of my
goals
to
as
increase,
well.
increase the amount of times that I walk or I jog or whatever. Yeah.
Interesting. I think, you know, aside asking people what they are most grateful for in 2025 and their New Year resolutions, I think we should let people also share their testimonies.
Yeah.
You know,
why not?
There's so many things people survived in 2025, and to think that despite it, you know, they are still going, they are still strong in the faith. I think it's worthy of listening to them.
We have a
also
caller
to
from
encourage,
Kumasi.
you know, other
Hello.
viewers as well. Good morning and welcome to Channel One TV. This is Breakfast Daily.
Good morning.
Yes, share with us. We are happy to hear from you. What are you most grateful for in 2025?
Oh, I'm most grateful for God for my life. And my family. God, I'm a driver. We are taking it through the whole year without getting into any accident.
Amen.
I'm grateful to the most higher.
All right.
Wow.
And what are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, I'm looking for more grace. More grace. Yeah. And I'm grateful to you guys at the 71. When I come back from the West, I want the 71 TV of the night.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Atabwapo, it is the CEO of the one.
Say that again.
That Atabwapo is the CEO.
Samens.
The CEO is Samuel Atamensa.
Samuel Atamensa.
Yeah.
God is
Amen.
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 You are not left out. And you are the reporter around the country, and you are the city.
Yeah.
You are good job. You are the only station I work in the night.
No, don't ever stop. We promise you a lot more quality.
Because
yeah.
Your program are good.
Thank you.
You are educated in the level of the business.
Thank you so much.
We love you too. We do this because of, you know, lovely viewers like you out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate
for calling.
it.
One thing runs through all of the calls you are getting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Channel One. Thank you, Channel One. You know, they are really grateful.
Yeah.
I was talking to Nana Tufo the other time on the show, and we're recounting all of the events we do here.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty clear because the idea behind it is, you know, of course, we're a media house. We want to make money. But if you look at it deeply, you realize that it's about giving back, right? You know, so whether it's Easter Fund Project, whether it's Help a Christmas Child we recently did, whether it's the dam spillage, which wasn't an event, but a call, a rallying call, you know, for looking out for our brothers and sisters affected by the spillage. You know, whatever it was, you get the idea that it is about giving back to society. It's about helping the country, you know, we all belong to. So you get a sense that a lot of people are really happy about the work we do here and are really grateful for it.
All right, so you can also call us 0302 784968, 0302 784968. Share with us, you know, what you're grateful for, what you're expecting from 2026, how excited you are about it. You may be grateful for something, but if you also don't put preparations and plans in place, you might not, you know, see it. You can say you want to exercise, but if you don't put one leg forward or 1 foot forward, you might not get there.
So wait.
This one is a shade to you, by the way. Hi, Clement. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Happy New Year. Clement, please speak up.
Right?
I said speak up. We want to hear you.
I'm grateful that God take me through up to 2025 to 2026. And I'm most grateful for you people for good work you have been doing. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Loud
Please
and
go
clear.
on.
Thank you.
Okay.
We really appreciate it.
I'm grateful for good work you're doing.
Thank you.
You're doing very, very great.
Wow.
I'm missing one of you that I'm not seeing. That's why I called.
Wow. Thank you so much for the feedback. Thank you so much.
I'm not seeing one of you. I'm not seeing Vivian Taluku. I'm not seeing.
Hello? I think we lost the caller. We lost the
Yeah,
caller on
we
the line.
lost
But
the
please
caller.
call back again.
Call back.
And let's
0302
continue the conversation.
784968 0302 78.
And then people watch on the TV, they're happy. You're a star girl. I know it's true because I've had like people walk to me and say that.
Next time, tell them to add more.
They should add more. Oh, add more. Don't worry. Hello, let me share a testimony. I was driving one way on the Independence Avenue one early morning, like 5 a.m. Don't ask me where I was coming from. I was actually coming from home, so it's fine. You know, and it's funny because it's very recent, right?
Yeah.
And I've not shared it with a lot of people. Yeah. And there was an Okada rider in front of me. It was funny. And his helmet fell off.
Oh no.
And it was right in front of me. The helmet rolled under my vehicle. The steering wheel got very hard. It wasn't turning anymore. It was stuck, so you could hear each time the car was moving, it was dragged, and there was a big helmet. It was dragging along the helmet, and it was in the middle of the road, so I had to abruptly stop. You know, I think about it. I was in church last night when I was reflecting about it, and this time I'm telling you, it's just December. You know, and it fills me with so much, appreciation, and gratitude to God, because it could have been anything at all. And there are so many people with even much more, bigger testimonies. And I'm sure I want to share, not to, to encourage someone. It's also part of it, right? It's also a big part of what we are doing this morning. So I'm grateful to God. I'm sure you are. Share with us your story. But I have another call on the line. Good morning and welcome to Channel One TV. This is Breakfast Daily.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. Share with us your name and where you're calling from.
Well, I'm Richard. Richard from Ablekuma Agape.
Oh, Ablekuma. Challenge.
Agape.
Wow. Is it close to Ablekuma Farm Milk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From Farm Milk, when you get to Pentecost Junction, you branch to Agape.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Richard, share with us, what are you grateful for in 2025?
For my life.
Your life.
Yeah,
for my life. And at least I've seen some changes.
Thank God.
Yes, myself. That's I was dreaming and hoping for. At least I see some 70% of it done. Achieved. Yes, so I'm grateful for that.
Thank God.
And also, seeing the two of you back on stage, back on the screen again, I'm very happy. Especially,
Thank you.
I know, it's always Eno. She's a star girl.
The two of us. Thank you so much.
Especially.
Thank you so much. Really
Thank you so much, Richard. Yeah.
I'm grateful to
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I like the voice.
Oh,
good morning. That's the nation. What?
It wakes you up every morning, right? I know.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Our regards to all the people in Ablekuma, Agape, it was Ablekuma. Yeah. Shout outs to the team over there.
Thank you for watching us, and keep watching us. We have more for you.
Since when you say the good morning like that, it changes.
Good morning.
Oh my God, Eno Safo. You're really the star girl, and it's not even funny. Anyway,
try.
Guys, please call in, share with us your well wishes. Actually, you could also, if you have to, give a shout out to somebody who's been very instrumental in helping you survive the year. And I say survive because 2025, we literally survived the year.
It was a tough year, huh?
Yeah, it was. Change of government. We are not really sure what's going to happen. But all through it, we made it.
Yeah.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God. Hi, David. Good morning and Happy New Year, and you're welcome to Channel One TV.
Thank you. Good morning and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from Bubuashi.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, that's my part-time home. Yeah. Which side of Bubashi are you calling from?
I'm from Bubashi, Ati Kotuna House area.
Oh, nice. I went to Accra, by the way, the best boys school.
Oh,
yes.
I'm a board member of Accra Academy.
You are a board member of Accra Academy?
Yes.
Oh, I salute.
Thank you.
I sang our school song, but some people start watching me somewhere. Accra Academy, I fight the school of no regret.
Yes.
In her, our little minds were shaped to serve our nation great. Oh, Charlie.
David,
Good.
tell us your...
And I'm happy to let you know I'm also the assembly member for the area and the sub-metro chairman for Kankwe South.
Okay.
Congrats.
Okay. Hi. Welcome. I'm in the constituency as well.
Thank you.
What are you most grateful for in 2025?
Grateful to God for seeing me and my family and my electric and my constituents for bringing us this far. It was last year that I was elected the sub-metro chairman.
Wow.
I've been the assembly member for this is my 15th year in the assembly. But last year I was elected the sub-metro chairman.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
Amazing. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward that my mayor, the mayor who is my boss, Honorable Michael Papo Alute, will succeed. And when he succeeds, we also succeed. I pray that AMA will move forward to change the narrative, and Accra will be a best place to live in.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and we will also urge you to keep leading your people with all the integrity, right? You know, and keep putting the people first. It would be great to have you join us one time in studio to talk about the constituency. I know there's so much work that has to be done there, you know. So hopefully one time you can join us and we have that conversation.
Thank you.
Our regards to everybody in Okaikwe South.
Thank you. Everybody will hear.
Nice one.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, David. They say it's called OKS. I know the constituency.
Really?
Okaikwe South.
Okay.
You know, a very good morning to the
OKS
member of
short.
parliament. You know, it's called Kion Ernest Adomako.
Kion, that's an interesting name.
Yeah. Apparently, he shared a story. So, according to him, he was born, and I think he was named after the Pentecost founder in Ghana, Makion. I think he was born in the Pentecost church, and a lot of people couldn't pronounce the Makion, so they just shortened it and started calling him Kion, and it's stuck. You know, but I think Ernest Adomako is his name, but he uses Kion. I mean, the constituency, everybody calls him Kion.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
He's building a school in Bubuashi, you know, near the Cocoa Clinic. She started very well in the constituency. I think, you know, things are moving on pretty smoothly. It used to be a very strong MPP seat.
And it's been taken.
A strong.
Or it has changed hands.
It just flipped like that.
The way the thing is going.
You know, it flipped there and it wasn't even close.
Even if you are like a strong, like if it's an MPP stronghold, anything can happen.
Exactly.
I think I'm loving the way electorates' minds are changing.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter if you're not doing your job.
You go. You know, but Kion, I mean, you hear people in the constituency say he actually put in the work.
Okay.
He's a local boy. He understood the issues on the ground, and a lot of people bought in the vision. And so far, there's a lot of positive, you know, feeling around. Reason why an assembly member will call and talk about all that.
All of that.
We wish Okaikwe South. That's my constituency, by the way. You know. Happy New Year.
Hi, Bismarck. How are you doing? Happy New Year.
Oh, many happy returns, and I'm happy to do what
What are you looking forward to this New Year?
Oh, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting married and then getting my master's. And then few other things.
Woo! I love it for you.
We'll be trusting God with you, you know, for a beautiful bride and your masters.
And all the other things you wish for yourself.
Yeah. We wish you all. Why at it? You want to add something?
Yeah, I want to add something.
Okay.
I want to say something. Your content really good. You know, a lot of people don't watch TV like this. But hello.
Yes, go ahead. We're listening.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, a lot of people don't watch TV nowadays, but because of the content you create, it makes you guys stand out. You are a cat above.
Thank you.
Because of you, what I'm saying, I don't really get a lot of channels to watch, but because your channel comes, I'm able to access your channel. I'm okay. I don't even care about the other one. So kudos to Channel One, and we are grateful that you guys exist. You make our TV watching exciting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We are grateful for people like you too as well, you know, for the feedback, you know, and for supporting us all through the way.
Yeah. That's amazing. I like how everybody is making our heads swell up.
Actually, you know, people work, you know, that's the thing.
Not for want of not doing the right thing, but because we're doing the right thing and people we're being appreciated for it. It feels amazing to work with a station that people appreciate. Yeah.
I was saying that it's not for nothing, right? I don't think they just want to call because they are, you know, and say, and it's not even like we are looking through who is calling, right? The point is that people appreciate the work. You know, so for example, if you do a Northern Business Fair, and we are being told it's the first time it's happening in a long time, you know, with the kind of budget you have here, or the limited resources, to think that even government with its, you know, unfettered resource, you know, so if a business benefits from it, they appreciate that, right? Because it's not necessarily just a business; it's a whole household.
Yeah.
You know, so people see it and are grateful. You organize the Heritage Caravan, you give people an opportunity to travel around the country, see all the amazing things. There are people like yourself, but for the Heritage Caravan, hadn't been to the north.
Yeah.
I have a friend, same age group. He's not been outside Accra before. I'm telling you, for the 29 years of his life, he's been, the only place is known as Accra. You know, then he's watching the Heritage Caravan and he's seen all of these things. He's like, I really want to jump on. So people see that and appreciate it, you know, and like I said, it's about giving back to society. It's about helping improve, you know, the country, you know, getting people to believe in Ghana more. And I think when you do that, people appreciate that.
Yeah. We have a caller. Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yes, go ahead. We're listening.
Yes, I've come back. I'm very happy Bleobi had mentioned development that Kion, that's my MP, and Sadumaku is embarking on.
Okay.
Actually, it's not only the school that he's working on. He's working on so many things, and I just want to, once he made mention of the school, the school is called Carnation Bishop 1 and 2. And there are so many things that he's doing, which for over 24 years we've not seen in this constituency. Just under 1 year. When you come to my area called Bubu Electoral area, where I am the assembly member, there are 3 roads, streets that are being constructed. Nico, like drain work is going on there, and then Tabo Street, another.
David, you know what? This year we'll get you in studio and we'll have a proper conversation.
Okay.
On all that is happening in the constituency.
I'll be very grateful.
This morning we just want people to just, you know, tell us what they are grateful for. I think your point is well made. They are grateful to God for the work being done in the area and all of that. So
happy New Year to my MP, Honorable Ernest Adumako, my chairman Yusuf Said, the executive of Congress. Last 2 years we worked very hard, as you said. The seat has been for MPP for all this while, and we're able to
David,
capture it from them.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much.
We'll get you again to talk about all of that. Don't worry. Yeah, you know, Ghanaians like our politics.
I'm speechless, honestly.
In the next week, somebody also call.
Yes, and
give a shout out to the president.
Oh my word! I love it.
But you know, it's funny, right? Because I go onto the news and I'm reading some interesting headlines. Apparently, Bono has been arrested.
Thankfully.
And when I saw the headline, I was like, "Oh my God, Edo Safo."
You got me, yeah.
I promise you.
Me and Nabia.
Yeah, I was on the show with you on Saturday. And you made your points.
Yeah.
You know, are you grateful that he's been arrested?
Very, very grateful. such scammers should not be walking around appearing on people on stage with
for the
Sarkozy.
uninitiated. Ebonowa is, some gentleman who came into social media prominence. And why did he get all of that? Because he had, said he had heard from God that there was going to be an intensive flood, similar to what happened in biblical times on the 25th. Now, he urged people to reach out and join the boat he was building. The boat we didn't really see where and how, but occasionally you post snippets of, videos and pictures on the internet. Now, after 25th, he made another video and said that God had, through his intercession, delayed the flood that was scheduled to take place. And of course, he would make certain appearances on some huge entertainment platforms. And it didn't go down well with sections of the public, including Eno. And, the backlash ensued, and now, as being reported by citynewsroom.com, the Ghana police picked him up, for causing public fear. You recall that during the previous IGP's tenure, he was very strict on false prophecies, creating instances of public fear and all of that. So I don't know, but you said you are grateful that he's been arrested.
Yes, I'm very grateful that he's been arrested. I hope it will serve as a lesson and a deterrent for others who intend to go on that path.
Yeah.
You cannot take people for granted. We're intellectuals. What is that?
Apparently, people traveled from, neighboring countries
to come and board his ark or whatever he was building.
To think that this is aimed at scamming people, it doesn't also give a good reputation of the country.
Yeah, and then I think I saw that the proceeds that he gathered, he had used to buy a car. I don't know how true that is. I saw it on social media.
But how do people
so
fall? How do people fall for some of these things?
Some people are gullible, and how, I don't know whether it's Ghanaians or just Africans are so spiritually inclined that the minute you hear that God has done something, or God is doing something, or God has blessed somebody because they went to this specific place, you also go because you expect that you'd also be blessed.
They don't understand. They don't understand the scripture for themselves. They don't. They don't study the word of God to have a personal, understanding or relationship.
Yeah.
So they follow blindly.
Read your Bible, understand it
for yourself.
For yourself before you follow someone blindly.
Hey.
On that note,
prophetess.
Hey. Hallelujah.
Reverend.
Let
me end it. Let me say some things. Anyway, guys. That's what time will allow us for. But thank you for, calling in. Thank you for sharing with us your, expectations for the year and what you've been grateful for in the year under review. We are grateful that you could really call. And of course, all of those kind messages. Thank you. We are grateful.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Unbelievable. Said you have a city and the Amama Kai or baby and a home fair. Wow! Hello, Miss World.
Hello, Ajimara.
Now I hear now what to say.
Me who yo, madam for be ho e wakase. Mene ne ye nneema do so.
Me nya na nka me wogana. Nanso me to, me na wiase a na mabepie electronic shop bi a kire se. Said you have a city no. Na ohunfo nyini ene hwa wo mani so sei. Me ba better gold, diamond, jewels, nickels, pearls, blankets, everything. I'm a
Ajimara of International Waters. Hey,
wow. Obwa onya bochire bia.
Obwa wani bre no.
Yenkwa na me kochiro.
Ha. Eti abroche na ni.
Sister, Electroland Ghana Limited showroom for Krani. Kasi Kumase, Omo when you say Samsung, TCL, Media, and a NASCO product. I don't know when you have Omo be able to say Kaswa, Ashamai, Makasim, Tamale, Sprinters, Coca-Cola.
Ajimara, eti mi na nka ba che adwuma kutu dia so me say bam.
Me private jet no kwa e be see me na me ba. Let's bygone be bygone. Hey, enyimu a mo pese mo yi no ha bia. Munyi yo yebeyi.
Electroland Ghana, home of electronics and affordable luxury.
Oh, another payment through Stanbic. Smooth as always.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
Darling, can you please help with the bills, especially at your school fees?
From school fees to utilities, the government and statutory payments to investments, insurance payments, Hajj payments, and more.
Mommy, my fees has been paid.
Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life.
Please tell me everything has been paid.
No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic.
Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call to get started.
10 years of unforgettable memories, breathtaking sights, unlimited excitement, new friendships. And this March, we're turning it all the way up. From the 1st to the 8th of March 2026, get ready for the road trip of a lifetime. 8 epic days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We roll from Greater Accra through the Eastern region, cruise into the Northern and Upper East regions, vibe through the Western region, and hit many more iconic destinations across Ghana. It's culture, it's adventure, it's pure discovery with the best people and the best vibes. Expect non-stop fun, endless scenic views, deep cultural immersion, new networks, and friendships and memories that will outlive the journey. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary. You cannot miss it. Watch out for details soon.
Welcome to the Health Quarters Ghana, where medical science meets everyday life. Join Dr. Gideon Assan and the irrepressible Clemento Suarez as they tackle health issues.
My name is Dr. Gideon Assan. I have with me here my co-host, Clemento Suarez.
I knew how it felt anytime I started to feel the pain.
Whether it is hernia, breast cancer, cataracts, or infertility, the show brings together victims to share their real-life stories and experts to debunk myths.
If you wear cotton supporter, and there be a pampers and a benwa or bosom. So you see, instead of it being raw egg, I done it because you want milk.
Make a date with us every Sunday at 4 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and all social media platforms at Health Quarters Ghana.
Behind every closed door, a secret is waiting to explode.
Always been regarded as a useful and a sound party person. So I gather there's a fair chance of me making the office, provided we don't get into trouble. So don't start any trouble with the police.
A Detective Calls, an intriguing stage play brought to life on television, where every clue matters and every character is a potential suspect.
About 2 hours ago, a young woman died at the police hospital.
This will take only the service of a fierce and yielding and sharp as steel detective to uncover the truth behind this web of lies and betrayal.
And so, you used the power you had as the daughter of a good customer and also that of a powerful, politically connected man in the town to punish the girl.
Why didn't you come to me when you realized you were in such a mess?
Because you are not the kind of father a chap could come to when they are in trouble, that's why.
Wrote from Image Bureau Productions. A Detective Calls, showing daily at 1 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Mention the 3 gifts Jesus first received.
3
gifts Jesus first received.
Jesus! Mama, when you friend anything.
That's right.
And also mama, when you Lazarus.
Mention the 3 gifts Jesus first received.
Frankincense, hair,
pardon,
hair, and smelling incense.
Hair, and the hair.
Yeah.
And it was smelling what?
Incense.
The incense was smelling.
Smelling.
Very smelling.
Very, very smelling.
Talo. Sorry.
Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, you should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe was Zebaut. How Zebaut there? Zebaut won Chaboke.
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
Join
the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. Want the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive.
Amen.
Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama, catch the excitement every Friday.
Abstain. Why abstain?
I have been seeing through your shenanigans all night. I thought I told you that I didn't want to see that girl in this house again.
A mixed bag of emotions and incidents, Ghanaian family and intergenerational drama. Some not so good.
That boy, that womanizer.
You are old enough. I would like you to man up.
In other cases, not so bad.
So does he see in her that he's not seeing in me? Look at me.
Eugene and Anekia made a choice.
You won't believe what Pam and Anekia have done to me.
Watch out for So, a brand new series from GH Media Productions. So, Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
It's that time of the year again. It's a season where everyone takes a break and families unite. It's time to take a pause and enjoy the moment. Oh, and what better time than now to tune in to Channel 1 TV. Thank you for choosing us and sticking with us. From Sister to Breakfast Daily to Upside Down, What's Cooking, and Vox Pop Central, and many more, we really appreciate you for choosing Channel 1 TV. This Christmas, allow us to serenade. Yes, the Channel 1 TV choir will bring you some of your favorite Christmas carols and a little bit of a twist in there as well. Look out for that. But beyond that, there's a lot more that's coming. Entertainment that's curated, especially for you this Christmas. Once again, thank you for choosing Channel 1 TV.
10 years of unforgettable memories. breathtaking sights, unlimited excitement, new friendships. And this March, we're turning it all the way up. From the 1st to the 8th of March 2026, get ready for the road trip of a lifetime. 8 epic days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We roll from Greater Accra through the Eastern region, cruise into the Northern and Upper East regions, vibe through the Western region, and hit many more iconic destinations across Ghana. It's culture, it's adventure, it's pure discovery with the best people and the best vibes. Expect non-stop fun, endless scenic views, deep cultural immersion, new networks, and friendships and memories that will outlive the journey. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary. You cannot miss it. Watch out for details soon.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. New Year edition, first show to kickstart the year. And we are grateful to be joined by, you could describe her as a cake consultant. She'll be telling us what she does. But clearly, let me just say, my guest, Ida Sekinatu Nylander, is in studio to help us through how to beautifully design the cake for the festive season, your birthday, whatever you want to do. But the idea is that we want to, after this show, know how to beautifully design a cake. Ida, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely amazing. Was it correct to describe you as a cake consultant?
Yes, I do consult.
But that means that you're also a baker?
Yes.
And what else are you? Or let me say, what are you not?
I'm a farmer as well.
Oh, wow.
So I do a lot together.
Wow, so you farm, you bake,
yeah,
and you teach people how to do it.
Exactly, I train. And I'm a PR person.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
So do you have a school? Like for the baking?
Yeah, for baking,
in the
yes.
school?
We have a training center.
All right.
That's a
and
lot.
I did degree in public relations.
Wow.
Okay. I sometimes do PR.
Yeah, so I've been doing PR on the cake too.
You see?
Yeah, I know the PR. You take design cake. Amazing. What are we doing today?
So today we are decorating our New Year cake right here.
Wow.
Okay. We are not bringing it from the bakery to this place already decorated. No, today we are teaching. We want to let our viewers know how to beautifully design a cake.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I guess we can start, right?
I know, right?
What do we start with?
So, let's cover our hairs first.
Okay.
Since he doesn't have much hair, we can ignore him
You
for
can
now.
ignore him for now.
It's a ladies' affair.
Oh, yeah, doing segregation.
Oh, don't
Yeah,
worry.
doing father side, mother side.
Oh. We'll change, don't worry.
I hope so.
Yes, it won't happen again, okay?
So this is a cardboard.
Yes, it's a cake board.
A cake board.
Yes. So you put a little cream first.
Why do we put the cream?
To hold it firm.
Okay.
Else the cake can be shifting off from the board.
Okay.
Exactly. So I choose to do my all vanilla first. So this is the magic we've been creating with all your knowledge.
I know.
Yes, and then we'll come in. Charge you big money.
What's this?
This is Doge Delish. It's a prepared condensed milk.
Okay. I was about to say it looks like condensed milk.
Yes.
Is it the one we've been putting in our bread sometimes?
Yes.
Same thing.
But then this has been recooked, so it has a name called Doge Delish.
Is it French?
Yes, something like that.
Interesting.
So there's also a granola, coconut, and there's biscuits as well.
Biscuits?
Yeah.
What biscuits?
Just blended biscuits.
Okay.
Just normal red.
Do you blend it
cookie.
with something?
Yeah,
Or that's
we
the
just
normal
grind
color?
it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, Charlie.
So you see that mostly when you buy cake, you realize that there are sticks in the middle of the cake.
Yes.
So cakes are not baked in the full size customer seeds. We bake them in smaller
sizes
and we stack them together.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, because when you put cake in an oven and it's too much, it won't get done.
Okay.
It will take the
forever.
It will take forever. You see that even when people want to sell their cars and they are in a hurry, they'll say hot cake.
Yeah.
Yes, cakes. They require a lot of patience.
Interesting point. Like, of all the things they want, every time it's hot cake.
Hot cake.
It's never hot biscuit.
Exactly.
Or hot pie.
Exactly. So
Wow.
that's just it. There is always this one. Our cake is as tall as the mountain. Everest.
So these are different flavors, right? So
Yeah,
there's
joined
vanilla.
together.
And there's, what do you have there again? This is what they call red velvet.
Yeah, red velvet. So this is me holding my cakes
So
together.
that's how you secure the
So
cake.
with this, yes, it's well secured now.
You know what I'm grateful for? That people have stopped sticking people's face into cakes.
Yeah.
Because they're now, what she stuck inside.
Yeah, so it could hurt you.
Yeah, it could hurt you.
Yeah. So we normally add a sticker note on the board that there is a stick in there, so be careful.
Okay.
We try to warn you.
Yeah.
However, I think it's not even right to stick people's face in the cake because there are mostly sticks in there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So whether it's written to you or not, I think you should just take precautions.
Like, it's a really westernized thing because Ghana here.
Everybody wants to eat the cake.
I've not seen some before.
Ghana, the cake, everybody wants to eat it.
So
you
I
can't
don't eat
waste
the
it.
cake.
You can't waste
If
it.
you go to North America and somebody will be angry, they'll take the cake, they'll throw their happy, they'll take the cake and throw. So Ghana will eat it or put it in our
Ghanaians, we
fridge.
hardly throw things. It's in the Western world that
They do
people
all of
can
those
get angry.
things,
Anyhow, Ghana, if you're angry, so you're adding your head. Because if you waste the thing, you'll be hungry.
But the mama said when we are sad, we drink.
Yes,
When we are happy, we drink.
We drink.
When we are normal, we drink.
Too peaceful. Really.
Oh God. Interesting.
So with this, I'm trying to give it a single width because they are different cakes stuck together. You have to take off the excess that will be popping out.
Okay. This is makeup for cake.
Exactly. So cake is just like a normal artwork. Everything about cake, you will find it in a lot of professions. Yeah. You see the way the mason do plasterings and things. Cake,
Yeah.
we do the same thing. We have carpenter sections in it. We have masonry sections in it. We have painter section. We have every section.
Okay.
You will surely find it in a cake work. It will give you all the vibes. So now we have to start creaming the body. This is our first crumb coat. In this section, there are mostly crumbs in your cake.
So what's that tool called?
So this is a spatula.
Okay.
Spatula knife.
All right.
See the way it looks?
Yeah.
It would all come together very soon.
Wow.
And it takes braveness as well.
I'm scared
Cake
it's going to
work.
fall.
Don't worry. It has kappa. This is called kappa. It has kappa.
You are squeezing it.
I tell you, we can't allow any of them, anyone stay behind. Inclusive governance. We are
I like
including
that.
everybody.
I like that. I like that.
We are including it all. So at this point, I need more of my cream work. You know, normally, like this, it will have to be taken to the fridge.
Okay.
After your first coat, this is our first coat.
Yeah.
You put it inside the freezer for it to get stable a bit. Then you come back to it again with your second coating. Because the first coat, we believe, is full of crumbs. And it has to get stable then we continue.
All right.
You know, it's food, right? But it looks very artistic. It's like,
yeah,
it's, you know, it's art.
You should be able to know what you're about. If not, you won't be able to get it right. And it's also a beautiful thing to do. You know, the moment you are done and your customers are happy, you look at it with so much joy in your heart.
What's your favorite cake to bake? Will you say it's like a birthday cake, a wedding cake, you know, normal Christmas cakes for family on tables? What are you most excited to bake?
I think I love the wedding part.
Yeah.
I love the wedding part. You know why?
Why?
The wedding, the money is bigger. And the cake is bigger too.
You can't be real. So,
for real.
Interesting. So, okay, yeah, wedding cakes are generally more expensive.
You see?
Why though?
You see, and then also it puts you into storytelling time because every bite should say a story.
Okay.
Wedding cakes are not like regular birthday cake you just eat. No. The moment you bite a wedding cake, it tells you a whole journey together. There are some part that is bitter.
Sounding like our mothers are wedding.
Carrying us away. The wedding cake tells a story.
Yes.
The wedding cake tells what?
It tells, seriously. You are just chilling. The wedding cake, it tells a whole story journey.
Yeah.
Like there are some parts that are hard, you have to bite it.
That's what
harder.
bakers say to justify the amount they charge for wedding cakes.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, that's actually the truth. Wedding cakes are not regular cakes.
Right.
People keep
And
theirs
a lot
for 10
of things
years.
go in. Exactly. But you can't keep a birthday cake on for that number of
That long.
yeah.
So is it the preservatives? Like, how are you able to keep a wedding cake for some even like many years after the wedding?
Yeah.
But you can't do same for like a birthday cake or.
Yes, because of the things that we include in there. Most wedding cakes are alcoholic. That's why you go to wedding. After the cake, they start dancing.
Oh, so they add alcohol to it.
You know.
So
some of them, oh, you're fine. You're fine.
But do you disclose this to your clients?
Yes, they are aware. And then because for me, I'm a Muslim girl, and then I bake for Muslims as well. So on their weddings, I don't add such things.
Yeah.
But then you have to find another means of creating the cake for them.
So
What does the alcohol do for the cake?
The alcohol preserves the cake.
Okay.
Yes, it's number one, a preservative, and then secondly,
Preservative, yeah.
yes. If you know about alcohol, you will know that it's number one preservative.
Which kind of alcohol? Are you talking spirits? Are we talking wine? Are we talking gin? Are we talking tequila?
Honestly,
Whiskey?
myself, I don't even drink alcohol, so all
You
these
don't know,
things
do you
are
know?
saying- I have no idea. All I know is I will say I'm buying rum, and
But obviously you can't use beer, so
yes,
So it's rum that you
yes,
use.
yes. But then me myself, I hardly bake with alcohol, even though I was trained to bake with alcohol. My madam taught me alcohol. But when I came home, I found, I don't drink, and then I feel it's haram for me to be working in alcohol shops looking for alcohol. So I had to
but if your
create a
client says
recipe for myself.
client says do it, you do it.
I'll let my
Reluctantly.
girls handle it.
When it gets to that part.
Yeah. Because sometimes you have to taste what you do. You can't just do anything at all for somebody and not know what it tastes like.
Your point about faith in your work is quite interesting. So,
Exactly.
wow. How will you say after a particular time? I think it was Nana Tufo was telling me that he kept his wedding cake for over 10 years. Will you say after a particular time it's not healthy anymore?
When it comes to the traditional cake that is baked with alcohol, it has a longer lifespan. However, too much of everything is bad naturally. So you don't have to overly keep it. Try and stay healthy. Even when you put food in fridge, you shouldn't eat it for it shouldn't be there for too long. Exactly. It's the same thing that because the moment it's left there like that, a lot of things start to react on it. Exactly. A lot of things start to react on it. And then because of that, you too have to be more safer. And be conscious about what's going into your system. You should at least eat it, even after a year is fine, if it's well preserved for you.
So what tool is this?
So there's a stripper.
Okay.
A what?
Stripper, not the one you know. It's a different one.
You can't assume what I know.
I'm not assuming, no, but
Yeah.
you know, if you also understood what I was assuming, then you know what I'm talking about.
You can't assume. You can't assume what I know.
What am I assuming?
You can't assume what I know a stripper to be.
As we are here, did I say something? No. Yeah, I
But
only said,
in any case, why are you
it's
using
not what you are thinking.
Either fair enough.
Yeah. Oh,
Fair
you
enough.
see.
Why are you using a stripper on a cake?
It's to smoothen the body for me.
Okay.
Exactly. It's to smoothen the creaming aspects of it.
Wow. It's
Exactly.
coming up very nicely.
Exactly. You see, but this is not the stripper, you know.
If I saw this randomly somewhere,
You'd have thought it's
in a garage or
trash.
somewhere, my first guess wouldn't be a cake.
I know, right? If you enter a cake shop, the number of things you see there, you think they are trash, but you dare not throw a cake baker something away. People will
Everything
cry
has
on
a-
you.
Everything has a
Importance,
a reason or an
yeah.
It looks
importance
like
or a
some
use
paint
for it.
job or something, like
Yeah.
some, ceramic.
You see
something.
our things, it looks like bola bola. But don't try, oh.
Everything has
It's
a
our
use.
life wire, actually. Everything is important. And you see, we are coming to a beautiful end, basically. Okay. So, at this point, we are giving it
Hey, them very nice sprinkles now sound.
I know, right? For sprinkles, that's how it is. So you buy it plenty.
Okay.
Because,
What's it made of?
oh, just sugar. Sugar with coloring. That's how we charge you big.
That's why you rip us
The
off.
way Ida is speaking, she's going to say next time a baker gives you a fee, do not complain, right?
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
you have witnessed what goes into
Everybody can say same for their job. The next time I give you airtime, you complain. The next
Or the
time,
next time you charge as an MC for a
Thank you.
gig.
Next time
Can't
pharmacist
complain.
gives you medicine, because so please don't rip us off. Wow. Is it eatable?
Yes, it's edible.
Okay, it's sugar?
Yeah, it's sugar flowers.
Oh, nice. How long does it take to mold them?
So I didn't mold them all. I bought it.
Oh, okay.
It is it's sold. It's sold at bakers' shops. If you go, they'll sell it for you.
Is there
At
anything
bakers,
like?
it's not everything that we do.
Okay.
Some of them we buy.
Is there anything like low sugar or no sugar cake?
You know, sugar is a very essential role player in cake baking.
Okay.
You can do low sugar cakes, but a no sugar cake will not also give you the final result you are looking for, the perfect result you are looking for. So this is our cake now. Ooh. Ooh. I love this cake already.
I mean, she's more excited than me. I love that. I love that.
I'm a happy person when it comes to my way.
I thought I was a lot, but either
There's something else.
So much.
Yeah, you're on a different
I
level.
love this. Merry
Thank you.
Christmas and a Happy New Year. So
You
that's
see?
okay.
This is nice.
Then
Very
that's all,
nice.
period.
They're very
The
nice.
Gen Zs will say.
So how much
Crack
is
it.
something like this cost?
Like this, if I look at your face and I want to charge you.
Hey.
And I can't do that. You can't.
Let me look
you
at
can't-
your face
you
now.
Can't, you can't price segregate.
How?
Is that how you
If I
have been
see your
charging?
beauty, if you walk into my shop,
Next time you walk into a cake shop,
said
go
don't
without
check.
makeup, wear plain clothes, and go and stand there.
see if someone like you like this has walked inside my shop, Odogu, I'll bow for you, ma.
Hey.
Odogu.
Tell us, where's your shop located?
Oh, so we are located just in Tesano here, and
Oh,
then
really?
we
Close
also,
by?
Yeah, very. And then we also have a branch in Tema, Dawenya.
Okay.
Exactly. So we have two branches, one here and one in Dawenya.
Wow.
And any number that we can call or can we find
Yes.
you on IG?
0244 756136. Let me repeat it. Someone didn't get
please,
it.
please.
0244 756136.
All right.
So, yeah.
But you didn't tell us about the cost.
The cost? Oh, it's Christmas and it's New Year. So let me just say 1,000 cedis from Odogus like you did. I know it's chicken change, right? It's not anything.
Money is money.
Yeah, to you people, yeah, it will be chicken. Is that what?
your biscuits in the corner there.
Yeah, you want it again?
No. So this is the same biscuits you used as of the time you fill it.
Yeah, in filling. That's what we have.
Okay.
So we have it in crumbs and then we have it in full biscuits.
Okay.
Wow.
Exactly.
Oh, this is nice. Are you
Thank
ready to taste it now?
I want to taste it. I want to eat it. I don't taste it. I want to eat the cake. People should look for some juice or something.
Producers.
I'm not even eating the cake. I'm not even eating this morning.
You wanted juice?
But Ida, this is lovely.
Yes, it is.
You know, the fact that you're able to finish it in record time. I wonder the kind of speed you work with even at your place. Wow. So
even if you call me 5 minutes, I'll work for you.
Ish. I like that.
I'm a sharpshooter.
Like
money is money.
NIS cakes and more.
Sharp emergency. So my shop is known for emergency cakes.
Oh, nice.
Everybody, even bakers, call me when.
Oh really?
Just call me. I don't have anything to do.
You're always ready.
My life is just work. So don't worry. Call me. I
bake
did for
us.
you.
you get a sense that you do other cakes, cupcakes, and all of that. Right?
Yes, I do. I do pastries as well. I do
Okay.
everything pastry. If you taste my pastry, you faint and wake up again.
Come and do pastries on the show for us.
I like your energy.
I think
I
the
love
next
it.
time I'll be here, we'll be baking.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
not just decorate. We'll come and do full baking.
You
Can we
come on
taste?
Sunday breakfast.
No, you have to pay.
There's a lot of talking. Let's taste whether it matches the aesthetics.
So we should cut the cake.
So, let me grab a knife for you. So,
this
we
to
have to
20
celebrate, yes.
This is to a
A
prosperous,
prosperous new year.
filled with joy, happiness, peace, money,
And out of that.
and every good thing. The cake is as firm as how my 2026 will be.
You see how firm it is? Thank you.
All right, we're gonna eat this cake on screen.
We'll
But we'll tell you how. We'll tell you how
Exactly,
tasty
exactly,
it is.
exactly,
We'll be right back after this. Don't go away.
Ten years of unforgettable memories, breathtaking sights, unlimited excitement, new friendships. And this March, we're turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. Get ready for the road trip of a lifetime. 8 epic days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We roll from Greater Accra through the Eastern region, cruise into the Northern and Upper East regions, vibe through the Western region, and hit many more iconic destinations across Ghana. It's culture, it's adventure, it's pure discovery with the best people and the best vibes. Expect non-stop fun, endless scenic views, deep cultural immersion, new networks, and friendships and memories that will outlive the journey. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary. You cannot miss it. Watch out for details soon. Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, you should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe was Zebaut. How Zebaut there? Zebaut won Chaboke Walako.
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me. Join the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. What's the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive.
Minke man bi monu nya Kofi Adam no mai kami. Matwale. Man ke la ke no ya ne. Meneke. Fe won sha ko ba club me fe ke jeje. Ni wo hia ka wo hye. Ye Yesu gba mi. Amen.
Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama. Catch the excitement every Friday.
Abstain. Why abstain?
I have been seeing through your shenanigans all night. I thought I told you that I didn't want to see that girl in this house again.
A mixed bag of emotions and incidents, Ghanaian family and intergenerational drama. Some not so good.
That boy, that womanizer. You are old enough. I would like you to man up.
In other cases, not so bad.
So does he see in her that he's not seeing in me? Look at me.
Eugene and Anekia made a choice.
You won't believe what Pam and Anekia have done to me.
Watch out for So, a brand new series from GH Media Productions. So, Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Fresh year, fresh fire. Catch 3 hot new shows every weeknight on Aquaba Magic this January. La Manor premieres on 5th January 2026 and shows every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Market Queens Season 2 is back from 6th January 2026 and every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Bloodline premieres on 8th January and shows Wednesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. 3 shows, pure magic. Aquaba Magic, Ghana's most loved storyteller.
Mention the 3 gifts Jesus first received.
3
gifts Jesus first received.
Jesus!
That's right.
And also mama Onyane Lazarus.
Hey! Mention the 3 gifts Jesus first received.
Frankincense, hair,
pardon,
hair, and smelling incense.
Hair, and the hair.
Yeah.
And it was smelling what?
Incense.
The incense was smelling.
Smelling.
Very
yeah.
smelling.
Very smelling.
Talo. Sorry.
Sing your favorite Christmas carol.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come.
One time.
Let
hey,
sing
the King. Let's go.
Let every heart prepare his room, and heaven nature sing,
and heaven nature
sing,
and heaven
nature.
Hey, heaven nature. Sing your favorite Christmas carol.
Will your uncle hold
Chai
in the storms of life, when the clouds unfold their wings of life, when the strong ties slip and the cables swing, will your anchor drift or firm remain? We have an anchor that keeps us so steadfast and sure while the billows roll. Fasting to the rock which cannot move. Grounded firm and deep in the Savior's. Oh my God, man!
Welcome to the Health Quarters Ghana, where medical science meets everyday life. Join Dr. Gideon Asan and the irrepressible Clemento Suarez as they tackle health issues.
My name is Dr. Gideon Asan. I have with me here my co-host, Clemento Suarez.
I knew how it felt anytime I started to feel the pain.
Whether it is hernia, breast cancer, cataracts, or infertility, the show brings together victims to share their real life stories and experts to debunk myths.
If you wear cotton supporter, and there be a pampers and a benwa or bosom. So you see, instead of it being raw egg, I done it because you are milk.
Make a date with us every Sunday at 4 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and all social media platforms at Health Quarters Ghana.
Welcome back again. We say a happy new year to all of you, our lovely viewers, who through all of your engagement, your comments, your viewership, really, you know, it powers our show. We are so grateful to have you join us every single time. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. I'm here with my ever lovely co-host, you know, my armchair, you know, and Nusafo. Always incredible having her with me on the show. It's now time for an exciting conversation with one person you can pretty much describe as a legend in the space. You know, she's seen it all, done it all, but she's not giving up yet. You know, according to her, there's a lot more to be done in the space. It's always a pleasure to have you, Juliet Asante.
Thank you. It's such a privilege to be here.
Wow.
On the first of the year, no less.
To think that we're able to drag you out on the first day of the year, you know, we are honored to have you.
Thank you.
Amazing. You know, I look at the profile and I'm like, when it comes to the creative arts space, right? Or let me say even the orange economy. I don't know whether that's why I'm orange, but you know, when it comes to the when it comes to the orange economy, right? What have you not done?
There's a lot I haven't done, there's more I want to do that I'm excited about. I think there's a lot around children's programming, and I think that's one of the things that we need to look into. So I'm excited about thinking more about that space. There's a lot of stories we haven't told, a lot of animation we haven't done, a lot of gaming we haven't developed. And if you look at the fact that the median age for Ghana is 18, then, you know, it's like over 70% of Ghanaians are really young people. So to think about content for that demographic, and this is reflected across the entire continent. So this is a real opportunity that we need to look into. So for me, you know, it's like the more you do, the more you realize there's more you can do or haven't done. So it's that kind of thing for me.
Interesting. You came on the scene at a time when, you know, it was a very new area for a lot of people. The resources weren't there as much. But all through the years, you still came up with like very innovative, you know, very transformational, you know, programs, content. How has the experience been for you, you know, over the years?
Wow, this is an interesting question, because yesterday I was lying down thinking, I'm letting go of my past, everything I've done. So I'm letting go. And in my mind, I'm starting afresh, you know, and it's like a fresh plate, and everything is possible, and everything is welcomed. It's been quite interesting. Of course, when we started, there was no social media, you know, all of those things. Technology wasn't as developed. And for me, at this age, and now also learning AI and what it can do and the opportunities, and my God, the kind of programs that are coming out and how it can bridge the space. I think I'm very lucky. I feel very lucky to be able to reference that time. But one of the things, especially when it comes to the creative space and the film space in particular, that hasn't changed is that story is still king, right? No matter how technology grows, without a good story, you can't really, you know, do the things you need to do. So for me, that's the one thread that you know, weaves through. And I think the issues are still the same. And of course, now we have, let's just throw our mind and think about how in a few years, our continent will have the largest youth population. So that's a huge opportunity.
The youth bulge.
Yeah, exactly.
The youth bulge, like, yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
You've been on our screens, you know, in the creative industry for a very long time. Did you always know that this is what you wanted to do?
Yes. Yes.
From how young?
From very young. First, I wanted to do music, but then I didn't have the talent, right? For music.
To sing?
Yeah. No, I just couldn't. The last time I was reminding someone how, you know, his soul rest in peace, John Kay, those days was like, Juliet, you can sing, and started me on some practices and stuff. No, I can't sing, right? But very early, I knew this is what I wanted to do. And those days, though, we were lucky in the sense that if you wanted to, so I started on stage, stage dramas. I was actually even vice president of the drama club at some point in my school. And then when I was done, everyone thought, and myself thought I'd go do law. And that's what I, you know, wanted to do. But then I thought, no, let me explore this. And luckily my parents were open to it. And those days you could go to GFIC. That was like the gathering place. There was an institution you could go to. So I remember just walking in there to the receptionist and saying, I want to act. And she was like, you want to act, young lady? And then she picked up the phone and called then Mr. Abekwe, who became my industry father. And you know, he kind of held my hand, sat me down, and as they say, the rest is history.
Wow.
Wow.
You have incredible films to your name, top of your head. Which one was your favorite? And do you even watch your movies when you're done with them? I know most actors and actresses don't. But
no, because I'm like the biggest critique of myself, right? Yeah. So I'm like, that kind of thing. So, and you know, those days technology wasn't as, like I said earlier. So I don't know. I went on YouTube, tried to get some of them. You can't really get some of them. But what was my favorite? I would say this because that's my first film that I did, full length. That was Twin Lovers. That was my first full length. And then I did Deadly Voyage, obviously.
I was going to come to that.
Yeah, because of the experience and how
96.
grand it is. Yeah, it was. So that was a real experience. I won the Best Actress Award with Ripples, you know, so that also, you know, and then I made my own film later called Silver Rain.
That 2015.
Yes, that actually was nominated for Best Film in Africa with AMVCA. So I would say those generally, but just like everything else, I think my best is yet to come.
We will live for it.
I know, we can't wait. Between stage acting and, you know, well, what's the other one called? How different is it? I know for stage, if you forget one line.
It's very different. Actually, I think one of the issues we've had is we've had a lot of, which is good. It's a good problem to have, but perhaps we need to fine tune it a bit. We had a lot of stage actors move on to film, and that is great. You know, the basics is the same, but the dynamics and the principles are a little different because stage is you need to project so that the person sitting at the last seat can see you, hear you, see your expression, feel your expression and all that. Now film is the exact reverse. You have to internalize. So the best way to act is not to act, you know? So you see how the two then contradicts.
Yeah.
So if you have people who have stage experience then transition into film, there could be that tension at least for a while. And I think those were some of the reasons, or that's what has kind of carved our acting culture a little bit, because we don't have also the institutions to train. I used to have an acting school, by the way, but it collapsed. But a lot of the people that we trained went on to do really well in the space. So that said, I think a lot more people need to train a little bit, need to kind of reverse inward a little bit, need to study the different, you know, when you go out there, no matter how big the actor is or actress is, per each project, they still train. So training is important. There's nothing like I was born, born with it and stuff like that. So I say that's the biggest difference that we have.
Well, one of my favorite writers says that nothing beats preparation.
Exactly.
So I believe training and preparation are in the same line.
Exactly.
Wow. So you're an actress, you're a producer,
right?
You are
a director.
A director.
I'm a writer.
You're a writer. I was coming to that because I see your byline on Huffington Post.
Yeah.
Wow. And you also worked in education, because I remember one time you were on the board.
Yes, I was actually the board chair of the National Film and Television Institute, which is now UNIMAC. I also helped craft the curriculum of the Creative Arts School that was supposed to come. But I did a lot of mentoring at MIT, which is Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Wow.
And that for me was a really mind-blowing experience, because you have people who are really pushing the envelope of what is possible. And to get the opportunity to mentor such a group of people, I think it was really a highlight.
This is an incredible wealth of experience. And you're also in public service.
Yes.
Was it a very fulfilling experience for you?
It was, because it was an intentional experience. I mean, at a time, of course, I knew this was where I was going to be. And looking at the gaps and things that needed to be done, I said to myself, I'm going to put 10 to 15 years of my life down and see what I can do. And that meant going back. You know, there's a proverb that, you know, when they go to run, it goes back to gather momentum. So it was, for me, it was that going back to school, learning public policy, public administration. So it was a very intentional thing, deciding that I was going to come back anyways, despite being away for a while. Setting up the Black Star International Film Festival to advocate for, systems, and then and doing a lot behind the scenes. And so when the opportunity was ready, I was asked, would you take this on since you've done so much work in the background? And I happily did so.
Wow. You know, except to say that we remember that there were quite some challenges.
Right.
Some of them you even had cause to come out to publicly say.
Right.
And I remember you say one time that you had a budget of 100 cities to work with.
Yeah.
I know in Ghana there's a thing they say that the theory, right, is very different from the reality.
Right.
You know, so it's one thing having all the experience, and it's another thing facing the realities with regards to the actual support, the policy formulators, and I'm referring to government, you know, is interested. You know? So I want you to talk to us about maybe some of the challenges you encountered, right, as the NFA boss, the National Film Authority boss.
Well, first of all, setting up a government institution is no joke. You know, I've set up, as a private person, I call myself a social entrepreneur, sometimes, you know, creating companies here and there, or the serial entrepreneur. But setting up a government institution is its own monster, right? The rules and regulations and what can be done and what can be done, and how to do it and all of that, it's its own challenge. And there's no roadmap. There's no one to guide you that, oh, you're setting up an institution, do this from here, do this. So basically you go, as you go, you hit, you 10. And then, of course, I was doing it without a staff. So now having to find people to work with me, and the right people. And bear in mind, for me, I'd set up in my mind, this was an intentional thing. So I set up a certain number of time to focus on this. So there was no time I wasn't there to just sit there and relax and see how things go. I mean, I was on a mission. It's like, I have to do this. So getting the right people to be able to help you do what you need to do. Did you have a board? I did. But in the public service, the board is non-administrative. So they advise you, but then you need staff to work with. You need facilities, resources. You need, kind of things. But I think that setting up a new institution, perhaps the policymakers or the government itself wasn't ready, didn't understand the magnitude and magnum and what. And I am a very ambitious person, and where I sit, I know the possibilities. So also trying to create that bridge between the perception and the reality and what is possible to say that, oh, this is where you are. Maybe it isn't contributing a lot to GDP or what, but if you put in this kind of investment, this is your potential return on investment. But you need someone who actually believes in that outcome totally, that can say, okay, if the UNESCO report says that we are employing 5 million people and bringing 5 billion, and potentially we can do like 100 billion or 20 billion or employ over 20 million. What is the roadmap? How is this possible? How committed can we be? How can we move it from A to Z? I think there were gaps. And then also understanding of the people in the sector and having everyone buy into the dream and vision, and doing all of that without resources and without, it was a really roller coaster ride.
But I know there's budget allocations and there's the actual disbursement. Were there budgetary allocations to begin with?
Again, when you're starting a new institution, you are not even captured in the budget. And the ministry you're on, they themselves, they are like, okay, so I have a child somewhere where and then you are convincing your minister who has how many agencies under them, and then parliament that haven't heard your name before, and stakeholders that they themselves are a little, uncertain what we want. It isn't a walk in the park.
Do you regret it?
No.
Sure.
It was the most fulfilling time. First of all, and I always say this, I always said that, I will say it again, the team that I put together gave me hope in humanity. Because you had all these young people, and some not very young, who bought into the vision and sacrificed, and will sit in the office and contribute to buy electricity, or use their own money to go on, and do events and all of that. And many of them have still not been paid, never were paid, including myself, using our homes for offices and, our own cars and no refunds and having meetings with no money at the end. It wasn't easy, so
what will spare you to go such lengths?
We believed in a dream. We really had a mantra. We believed in the dream. We thought we could change things, and I think to some extent we did. Whether it stands and holds and grows is another thing, but the most important thing is it was established, and for it to be established without those sacrifices, the National Film Authority as we have it now wouldn't be there. So I think
wow.
Do you think, or what in your opinion do you think the NFA has done to change the trajectory of Ghana film industry?
Well, first of all, having a film commission in itself is a big achievement. So now when countries around Africa, and less than 40% of the continent have film commissions. So the National Film Authority is what you will refer to as a film commission. That's like the chief advocate of the film, sector in a country. So we have that. And there were many things that we did. I mean, some of the things we did, the biggest one that people last year, so many people called me about it, and it was a bit of a disappointment we didn't do it again, was the Africa Cinema Summit. Because it was the first of its kind. It had really taken off. People were really excited. and looking to convene in Ghana. And the agenda was quite unique compared to every other thing, which is developing the marketplace of the space. So that was huge, and I think for the time that we did it, it really brought a lot of respect and spotlight to Ghana, and also helped us kind of streamline even what was happening in other countries. So we started something called Shoot in Ghana. A lot of the projects you see coming now, where it's, you know, spurred on by that. And Shoot in Ghana is being copied by, as we speak, about 6 other African countries. So that we can take credit for. Things like Script Bank, which was meant to train the back end, the writers and stuff like that. Ghana Cinema Week, you know, it didn't happen again, but hopefully one day it will again pick up again. The Peach series and all of those. So we did quite a lot. You know.
You know, to think that you get employed or are given an appointment letter in 2020 and your first salary arrives in 2022 and for some reason you're still stuck on it. But you, I know, to be also very well connected, you know, having been in the space for this long. Did you get a chance to meet the powers that be, and you know who I'm referring to, on some of the challenges you were facing?
I did. Again, you know, and let me be charitable here. You know, there's so many competing interests at the table at any one time. Right. There's education, there's health, there's that. So to make a commitment to support the space and to stick to that is one thing. Also, to make a commitment and follow up, because the head can say, I want this and this to happen. But the follow up and those who are supposed to do it, they may not align with that mindset. And so one of the things for me, though, that count my heart was at the end of it, you know, as you put it, the head that be, you know, said that we didn't support you, and that's something that, you know, we should have done. And of course, I was recognized. Are you able to
tell us who this person is? I mean, so that I don't want to assume.
Let me say one thing that this person did, and I'm going to tell a story that demonstrates how committed or what could have been possible. And this was one of my biggest maybe let down. So about 3 months to the end of the year, which was 2 years ago, right? So that would be 2024. I was called around 9 p.m. and it came from the very top that, you know what, you've been telling us this, and we are really, you know, we want to do something to help the sector, and something we must do to crown your efforts, because my God, if anyone has given us pressure, it's been you. So we are on our way to see the Afri-Exim Bank, and then the Afri-Exim Bank had announced the $1 billion fund for the entire continent. If you can come up with a proposal, I will personally put it at, you know, at the foot of the head of Afri-Exim Bank and see if we can come up with a fund for Ghana. I stayed up throughout the night, of course. Luckily, you know, this is something I've been advocating for so long. So I had my documents and everything ready. Put up a serious couple of pages that kind of proposed that Ghana be set up as the headquarters, if you like a factory to produce content for all of Africa. And that went with infrastructure, policy, investment, all of those things. And the ask was for a $500 million fund from the Afri-Exim Bank. Fast forward, we got the nod somewhere in November that, Juliet, we think this thing is exciting. Afri-Exim Bank put me in touch with Afri-Exim Bank, worked to make this happen. So we were right on our way to sealing a $500 million fund for Ghana. When, you know, things kind of went wild. So I just say that story to tell you the kind of, when you advocate for a long time and then suddenly people sit up and realize, oh my God, the opportunities here are huge, and everything that you've been saying, we are now hearing, and we are, you know, committed to do what we can. But then, as they say, it was too late.
There are too many questions, I'm not sure. Will you say a legacy you've left behind is the fact that despite the challenges, a new government comes in place, but they still see need for continuity? Will you say it makes you proud that at least you laid the foundation for a takeoff. You know, consider the fact that somebody was appointed by the new government to replace you, you know, and also to, you know, as it may seem, bring some more change.
Definitely. Definitely. The fact that the National Film Authority is still there and still growing is exciting, and the possibilities are endless. You know, I sit in the back and I look at, okay, we've done our bit. Let's see what comes next. Let's see how they take it forward.
The biggest challenge is actually starting it, right?
Right. The biggest challenge is starting it.
And I think you did a heavy lifting.
Exactly. All the structures are in place. All the programs are in place. Africa Cinema Summit already has a global reputation. Shooting Ghana is already everywhere. Other countries like Uganda, Ivory Coast, I mean, they're all running with it. Even Nigeria is getting on. How are we going to take it forward? You know, though I must say that I think perhaps, especially in the creative sector, maybe we need to work together more.
Yeah.
Government change or no government change is important that, you know, we are too far back to get involved in divisive narratives, because it harms us. And as the creative sector, you know, we are the bearers of the water, so to say. And the bearers of the water means that if the water is not handled well, everybody will drown. And I mean this figuratively as well as philosophically and all of that, because, you know, who a people are is about their images, what they hear, what they see, all of that. So where we are, if we are to look for one sector that is responsible for our mentality and our growth or not as a people, the creative sector and led by the film space is a major factor. I was having a conversation with someone from the AU the last time, and we're talking about how, for instance, you know, the film sector is part of the foreign policy of most developed countries. In fact, of all developed countries.
Yeah.
So if you notice the US and you keep attention, you realize that depending on the foreign policy of the government, you see that a lot of films will come out that support that.
Yeah.
You know, people are their stories. Without, you know, I will become a story one day, you will become a story one day. The only thing that will keep you infinite and keep you written down is your stories.
Is that what they call cultural imperialism?
Well, exactly. You know, and look, if you look at your phone or whatever, 80 to 90% of your content may be from US, now more increasingly from Asia and all of that. And that is why they have power. That's soft power. So the US is not boss of you because they would bring a gun to you. The US is boss of you because you're watching their films and listening to their music. It is very deliberate, and you are wearing their clothes. It's extremely deliberate. And so if we don't realize that this is such a deliberate and intentional space, as well, that we could also be making a lot of money from here and creating a lot of employment from here. Otherwise, we become the spectators and consumers to the rest of the world. And we are not creating for ourselves. We are not consuming what we ourselves create. We are not using what we create to impact our society. So it's a big loss. So I think for any government and for any people that want to grow and want to impact and want to, you know, have soft power, I think you can't neglect the film space and the creative space. And for me, that was one of the most important reasons why I kind of, when I was leaving office, spoke about the conditions, because for me, I couldn't bear for the next person to go through what I went through, because then we'll be at the same place, you know, there's no moving forward. And of course, I had my commitment. Who knows the next person? Can they survive in this scenario? And so if there's anything that was achieved, was my hope that the next person will get the kind of support I didn't
So you're
get.
the sacrificial lamb.
Well, if you want to put it that way.
You pioneered mobile first short
Mobile
films.
flicks, yes.
Yes, mobile flick. What inspired that idea?
In fact, so I went to the Kennedy School,
Harvard
Kennedy School, and I did some with the Harvard Business School. I did some courses there. And my business idea was that creating short films for your mobile phones. And I must say that was the idea I came back with. And when we took off, I took off with MTN. And in 2 weeks or so, we had over 5,000 subscribers.
Wow.
It didn't go well. It went really well then. At that time, MTN wasn't even accepting long form content. It was only music. So I worked with them to actually structure film for your mobile phones. But you know, leadership change, ideas change. They kind of messed up. I'll say they messed up, and so I can't. You know, it didn't go. But it's interesting because now that is the future.
Yeah.
If you go online, there's what you call vertical films. And vertical films is really mobile flicks. So I tell my team, I'm like, again, this was something that if we had had the support, we could have been leading the world with this invention, because we started it and we were making short films, 5 minutes, 10 minutes films for your mobile phones.
Wow.
And it just took off like that. And someone somewhere thought, this girl is going to get so big. And, you know, but the thing is, I'll get big whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way, there's cake here for you. So interesting conversation, guys.
How do you see mobile technology and you know, streaming reshaping Africa's storytelling?
Right.
Let's say Ghana.
It's a huge opportunity.
Right.
You know, it's a huge opportunity. I'm telling you about children's programming.
Yeah.
And for me, during the holidays, I just thought, let me try my hands and let me see what can be done. And my God, within a short time, I had a story, I had animation, I had whatever. Now I'm just meant to edit it together and then I have something I can put online. So I think that if we're intentional about it, I'm excited that I heard that I think the ministry or the Minister of Education is talking about introducing AI learning into schools. I think it's a brilliant move. So if you look at how technology is developing, there's really no going back. But for us, instead of saying it's going to come and take our jobs, which is going to do for real, but it will only take your job if you don't reinvent and create your own space. And for us, financial, you know, has always been our issue.
Right.
But now you have a technology that you can use to leapfrog and close that gap. So I say, let's learn it and become the best version of it, you know, because there's no going back. I mean, you can now all of a sudden come up with content that is comparable to something that a studio has created. Okay? Netflix is buying Warner Brothers. That streaming opportunity is going to get huge. It's unfortunate that they are not seeing the opportunities in Africa. They are short-sighted. But this is where the audience are going to be.
Will you say it's short-sightedness or just a lack of preparation on our part? And I say our part as, you know, content creators, filmmakers in Africa. You know, the pushback will be to say that maybe we didn't ready ourselves, right, for this takeover. Rather to say that Netflix, you know, doesn't see the opportunity here. Maybe you want to just balance it for us.
I think it's two-way, and what you said is so important. So then one of the playbooks I'm always focusing on is Korea, South Korea, right? And you're so right. South Korea took about 10 to 20 years to prepare, develop their technologies, develop their actors. I mean, they put so much into it.
You see the whole of that K-drama
and
thing.
now K-drama, K-pop, all of those things, right? I watch it. I watch it religiously.
I want to watch K-drama on it, but I don't have a choice.
I watch it religiously, and they are masters at storytelling. I mean, the way their stories unfold, their structures, they are masters of it, right? And so then it got to a point where, was it 2 years ago? Netflix put over I think it's 2 billion or so into the South Korean the K-drama scene. So now you talk about preparation, you know, where preparation meets opportunity. So South Korea invested in the space, and now investment is running after
do you backtrack
them.
on your initial comment about Netflix not,
No, they're also very short-sighted because...
Oh, you still stand by it?
I stand by it, and let me tell you why. By 2030, and this is just 4 years down the line, Africa will have more than 41% of the global youth population.
Yeah, the youth bulge.
So sometimes you have to invest in your future, and your future is your audience for that kind of platform. And this is where that audience is. Those who are going to be watching K-dramas, where are they? Here. Right?
Interesting.
So, but I think our audience has also become very sophisticated. That's one of the missing gaps that we have. Our audience have become so sophisticated, like me, that is always watching K-dramas. So, if we are going to...
Can't believe it. I truly can't
And
believe
wait,
it.
then I wanted to touch on the Ghana film industry and your
Right.
thoughts around it, because you spoke about how, as a people, we've advanced in what we watch and what we think and all of that.
Yeah, so if I bring you something that, sometimes I get some trailers and stuff from people. I'm the founder of the Black Star International Film Festival, so films flood my timeline and we get submissions all the time. And this person is, beefing up their trailer and going on, and you watch it and you're like, my guy, we are in 2025.
Ain't no
I
way.
mean, like,
Ain't no way. I feel you.
the characterization is not right, the acting is not right, the setting is not right, the plot is not really structured. So we are still in our mindset of, I've done so well because I've used, I've used the 4K camera, and but
there's more to it.
You are competing against K-drama, my guy.
I know.
You know?
But so clearly, it's not a talent issue.
It is, well, when talent meets preparation, then you have gold, right?
Is it more of a talent, or is more of like a structured industry, in that you have like all the relevant stakeholders playing their role, right? So government supporting with the funds, if it has to, a private sector that is ready, has the technical know-how, the technical ability. I'm referring to camera operations, I'm referring to, set designs. Where's the challenge, if any?
Well, one of the things I was happy about with the last, when the budget was read, because we set up the Ghana Film Fund, and there's a little money in it, but it's not much. And so I was really excited to hear that, the government is going to put in money, because even when we talk about the South Korean issue, it was nobody can invest as much as government.
I like the way you're emphasizing. I like the way you're emphasizing.
You have to put in the money. But beyond government putting in money, you also need local investors. You need the diaspora. We need to convince the diaspora to invest in this space. We need to own our IPs, right? Because moving forward, gold is going to be in IPs. When you say content is the new gold, that means owning your own IPs. So we need to be able to convince, as we are, bringing the diaspora, we need to convince them, when we are giving them places where they should invest in, investing in infrastructure. That's why I was so excited when I saw this musician make the announcement that he's going to put 2 million down to build an event space and all of that. So we need investors and the diaspora to put in money. That is critical, because let's not kid ourselves. I mean, if even we're talking about vertical dramas, that short drama you see on social media that is 1 minute is so exciting, and 1 minute they say download and watch the next episode. That 1 minute is probably $50,000 or $100,000 to make.
It's expensive.
So if you are going to make a feature-length film and your entire budget is 100,000 or 200,000, go home. In this space, you either go big or you go home.
There's nothing like starting small.
No.
Oh, but that is not a very,
one of the things
that's not a very encouraging
one
thing
of the
to say
things that
to,
we were working on around the time I left, and I also hope it continues. We had actually brought the sector together, animators, game player makers, and all of that, to try and even develop the Anansi character folklore. You know,
I think I remember
exactly,
like that,
not
yeah.
just for Ghana, but all of Africa and the Caribbean and all of that. So yeah, it is go big or go home. So if people are investing, even in Nigeria, they are investing like $1 million into a series or whatever, and we are here, you know, playing around with 100,000, which is a vertical drama budget.
So wait, I feel you.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, and you know, there are so many of them, guys. By the way, we are interviewing Juliet Asante, you know, known for many things, right? You know, actress, filmmaker, producer, director, you know, philanthropist, if you want to say, because there are a few instances I've seen her, you know, try support society, and of course she's a writer. You know, also done a lot of work in education, and today she's been very gracious to spend her new year with us, sharing, you know, valuable insights, you know, in filmmaking, and also touching on some past experiences as well. Juliet, I have a question for you. And it has to do with the influx of, for want of a better word, foreign culture in our creative space. So for example, you see new and emerging talent wanting to sound a particular way. You already spoke about what cultural imperialism does, you know, all the Hollywood we watch, you know, but sometimes it's not even about trying to sound like people from North America. It's like they want to sound Nigerian, right? So even in our music, you know, our artists now consciously use Nigerian phrases, you know, to be able to jump on. I don't know, is it a numbers thing, right? So for example, if the more you sound Nigerian or South African, you know, even Amapiano, you know, like, is it, like, there's so many examples to cite, but I'm sure you get the crux of what I'm saying. Is there a problem? You know, are we losing out on what is authentic Ghanaian? Are we losing our identity in the name of trying to reach out and get onto the numbers?
You know, there's a saying that the kingdom of heaven has to be taken by force. And I'll bring you back to K-drama. I know, you know, Oma, Opa, I know kimchi, I know, you know, I know all of those things. I can even say a few phrases, you know, Msimeda, all of those things. And I learned all of those things. I know about the Joseon period. I can picture how South Korean used to be during the Qing period, all of those things. And how did I learn it? By watching K-dramas, right? By they deliberately putting themselves and their stories out there. Like I said, we all become stories in the end. If you don't put yourself out there, you would vanish, right? And it's not about numbers. First of all, it's about self-confidence, because if you take the K-dramas, they speak their local language, but they do it well. And so interestingly, there was this one I was watching, Vicencio or something like that. And I started watching it in English. And after the first episode, I went back and changed it into the Korean language. Why? Because I've heard it so much that I'm loving it, and it's become music to my ears. I now even find their men attractive. When first I didn't even know who was who. Right?
Yeah, now able to tell people feel they all look the same.
They don't. I mean,
they actually don't. It takes a lot of.
You see,
I use football to realize that.
Right.
So yeah.
You see, so I mean, in this space, it's not about numbers. And I use South Korea because if you talk about Asia, South Korea will not be the largest country in Asia.
There's India, there's China,
exactly.
There's Indonesia.
Exactly. But look at what they've done. So if you don't, first of all, develop the self-confidence of your people, if a young child, when we did the last edition of the Africa Cinema Summit, and Idris attended. Now say Idris.
I know, he was knighted.
One of the things that we did was to bring children there. In fact, I said that I think my job was done when he shook hands with my nephew, you know, and I was like, my job is done, even with my nephew, and to every little boy and little girl that is here, because suddenly that boy was seeing a man who was a hero, who he could identify with. So that changed his confidence. After that meeting transformed, right? You take a girl who starts watching content and everything she sees is flowing, soft hair, milk skin, never sees herself. She's going to grow up not thinking that her language is even worth anything. So she's very quick to trade it. So if someone comes with something better, she's not going to defend who she is because she thinks, I am better becoming you. And that is what we've become as a people. We don't value our food. Look, if you watch all the investment that Netflix made into K-dramas and you see their latest things, now they are pushing their foods, right? So you see, is it Bon Appetit, Majestic, you see Coffee Prince, you see whatever. What are they doing? They are now promoting their food. So they've gone beyond promoting their language, promoting their cultures, now they are promoting their foods, they are promoting their fabric, they are promoting their traditions, you know.
So it's a confidence problem.
It's a confidence problem.
Not necessarily a numbers thing.
But let me put, not just confidence, it's an intentional, don't forget there's intentionality behind this.
Yeah, but
right?
That, you know, but that's different from saying that like an artist. I went to a concert recently. You know, he was on stage and the song is apparently has a new song, and it's almost the whole song is almost Nigerian. And
because he doesn't believe. Okay, Nigerians are also saying. I had to tell a Nigerian that Odoyewu is Ghanaian. He didn't know. They are also putting
that is also
India. So how about that? Yeah. Right.
But so we see our people doing more here, and even gospel artists, right? You know, one of our biggest gospel artists, they have a whole song in like, I think Yoruba or Igbo dialects, right? So, is it? I don't want to be quick to term it as a confidence thing, because then also they look at the numbers, compare population sizes.
Yeah,
right?
You are absolutely right. So let me reframe.
Okay.
Or rephrase. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's one of the things I particularly advocate for. Pan-Africanism, right? My advocacy, in fact, when I shot my film, that's what I did. I casted in 5 African countries and shot in 2. So I immediately had access to all of those markets. So it's a business strategy, right? Okay. One of the things that we did last year, even with the festival, the Black Star International Film Festival, is to now try and get Ghanaian and African films into Cote d'Ivoire and French Africa. So if somebody is now, so because of that, we brought the largest player, Majestic, into Ghana. And as we speak, there's a Nigerian Chinese film that we are working on to show in Ivory Coast. Wow. So next time that Nigerian or Chinese is making their film, they will probably cast someone from Ivory Coast. So it's a strategic business decision. It doesn't make sense if you are in West Africa to not think about the entire market. So ideally, what you do is to have, maybe if you're shooting, have someone from Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Gambia, just one characters, even if they just come and pass through, then you can sell in their country.
So diversity.
So there's nothing wrong with it.
So it's not,
But you see, for you to be able to spread out, you need to have a good foundation. Then you are not scattered and you are not taking over. So the only gap I would say is because we haven't established our base and foundation so strong. So any wind shakes us, right? So that's what's happening. If we were so established in who we are and what we are, and then we start doing that, you wouldn't complain.
I feel you. Sure, and ask more questions for you.
Yes, I do. I just want to go a bit personal. What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax? I watch K-dramas. I love music. I love animation. Nowadays, I'm playing with AI. I love writing. I love meditation. You know, so a lot of things. I keep chickens. You do? I keep chickens. I recently started fish. All of those things.
Is it as a hobby or for commercial purposes?
Oh, as a hobby. But now, so I'm really someone who supports that Nkukon Kitten Kitty idea. Policy is brilliant. First of all, our local chickens are becoming extinct. So it's very, very important. I went to Burkina Faso and all they eat is their local chickens. And it's great. They are stronger. They are tastier. And now my chickens, even though I started as fun, they provide about 75% of our eggs, the egg consumption in our home. So, you know, I started as fun, but then there's so much reward in it. So every household should have some chickens, and I love gardening, I love plants. I started a food business.
Wow.
So yeah,
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. You know, I grew up in my family, you know, growing up, my family was always in the food business, and it's always something I wanted to do. So
you do bring us some the chicken.
Yeah. I said?
You do bring us some the chicken.
I wanted to bring you some, but you woke me up too early.
I know, it's fine.
But give me time and I'm going to package. I started something called Mama's Healing Peppers.
Wow.
I'm going to bring you some. You would love it.
Would love to have it.
So the peppers in that.
Yes, so it's health. So I believe in let your food be your medicine.
Right.
So I develop recipes, and I've always done that, but that's not something I put out in the public. But I develop recipes for people. So this is one of the recipes that took off. And yeah,
I have too many questions for you. I don't even know.
That's nice. That's very nice.
What kind of music do you enjoy to listen? You know, would like to listen to?
Well, I love our Ghanaian music. I love Osibisa. I love the recent artist. You know. Oh, I like Shatta Wale just because me and him have the same birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 17th
there's no other.
You know, so when he's doing his things, I'm like, you know, yeah, this is an October 17th birthday. Like, let him do his thing.
Wow. I was going to put you on the spot to say between Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy, but I think that's answered.
Well, yeah, but Stonebwoy is my friend, so then you know he's a personal friend. I'm kind of in the top spot, but you see. Do I have to choose?
Not necessarily.
I love them both. I love them both.
Are you an early bird or do you like working late in the night?
I am both.
Okay.
I am both. And it depends on where my inspiration takes me. I am really, you know, I'm a beginner and I'm an ender. You know, yeah. But you know, more recently I've been sleeping a lot, so I wouldn't say I haven't been.
You couldn't do that in 2022.
Yeah, I couldn't do that in 2022. But now, my God, if you don't call me before 9 a.m.,
you're gone.
Yeah.
Toward the end of the show, I'd want to find out from you what would make you at peace with the industry. So maybe think about it. I'm sure you have your answers already. But let me still circle back to Eno's mention of The Deadly Voyage, right? You know. I think that was a movie that got a lot of attention, you know, locally and even like globally. What was it like being a part of that film?
It was life transforming. It was what consolidated me in the space. So I just come from from being in Twin Lovers, and I'd experienced that, and it was a really great set. And then I got thrust into Deadly Voyage. Bear in mind, one was about, let's say, in now terms, maybe about $20,000, max $50,000 budget. And the other was a $5 million budget. Wow.
And even by today's standards, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So to think, you know, back then.
Yeah. I mean, I was
29 years ago.
Is it 29 years ago?
96.
Am I that old?
96. Wow.
Oh my God. And I was a young girl.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was like I hadn't seen anything like that before. There's one camera person you have here, Paco.
Yeah, okay.
Pakoski.
Where is he?
You know,
he was on that set with me.
Wow.
We call it Don Pakoski, you know.
And I remember, my God, when we broke for food, it was an entire, you know, that's why for me the Shoot in Ghana campaign is so important, because look, they came here, brought $5 million. A film can come and shoot, and they bring $20 million, $50 million, and they spend
you just come on and give us a shout out. Donkey. Incredible guy.
Do you remember when we were eating like the auditorium? Here to there, like long table.
You see, let the camera see your face. Incredible. So you were on the set?
He was on the set.
As a cameraman. And you remember?
I remember. And I was a young girl. And I was, you see him, you think he's a young boy. And all of these actors, Chiwetel, that now went on to do 12 years of a slave. Adewale and Omar Epps and all these. They were all young.
Was it really shot on like the sea?
Yeah.
It was shot on the sea.
It was.
Wow.
It was like, for me, it was like, I was just like in awe. I was like, is this it? My God, the equipment, the jib arms,
even
the cameras.
At that time.
Oh, forget.
Wow.
And that's the vision I carried even into my position, to situate, because those days films were coming. And when the films come, they bring expertise, they bring money, they bring opportunity, they bring enlightenment, they bring exposure. They bring all of these things. And
money. People get paid.
My God. So that is one of our lowest hanging fruits. Wow. Because we are all set up. We have, with the right policies and infrastructure, we could be attracting $50 million, $100 million, $200 million films. Can you imagine? Those days, I was paid $500. How much were you paid? $500 that time. No, that's what I used to buy me in Chenson. I didn't know.
But if now even somebody gives you $500, it's a big deal.
That is what I used to start my life.
To think that 30 years ago.
My God. And imagine if I was getting that kind of money on a regular.
Yeah.
So somehow I feel a little sad for our young ones coming, that they are not getting these opportunities. And look, you ain't seen it until you see it. Trust me.
Will you say the closest to that would have been the Beast of No Nation film?
Yeah.
Considering like
I think the budget was around the same. I think the budget was around the same. So I agree with you. But those days there was a momentum. Right? You could have like 2 or 3 or 4 a year. Paco, am I right? You could have like 2 or 3 or 4 a year.
Right. It was bigger than the...
Yeah.
What would you say was the attraction back in the day?
First of all, we had Ghana Film Corporation, which then was sold and collapsed. Now, thankfully, we have the National Film Authority, and we actually started that campaign. So I hope, during my time, we had about 4 or 5, before I was leaving office, we had about 4 or 5 lined up that were over $50 million, $100 million that wanted to come and shoot here. So that was important. Policy is important. Before I left office, we are done with the LI. So I'm hoping the new administration takes it forward and completes it. That's really important. You need some kind of standardization. Yeah. So if I come and I employ you, and then we need skill. So training. Yeah. Our training is not up to par.
Your cameraman.
Yes.
Your set designers.
Yes. You need to be able to leave the classroom and be on the 1 million, 2 million, 50 million production right away. We don't have that level of skill and training yet. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the equipment. It is too expensive to come and shoot here now. Because if you come, doesn't mean you have to bring all your equipment. The equipments here are not that many, so they are expensive. When I was in the position, we were trying to get some investors to invest in equipment and all of that, to have a post-production house. Like, there's so many things. So, like any investment, there are things we need to do. Set up a studio, stuff like that. Train people, equipment. So these are the main things. Once we have these things ready, they would come, and then a tax incentive. We had just finished the document. I'm trying to give my successor a little pressure, like a little pressure. Like, there's a tax incentive document. Forgive me, but like, there's a tax incentive document that was done. All that needs to be done is to be taken to cabinet and parliament. And once we have a tax incentive, because nobody is going to come and shoot in your country without a tax incentive. South Africa has it, Morocco has it. You know, it's like, let's get a tax incentive. Then we can begin to see those productions flowing in again.
What would you tell your younger self if you could have a chat with her now?
Oh, have more fun. Life is not that serious, you know. Let things go easier. I always let things go, but I would be kinder to myself. I wouldn't be so much of a perfectionist. I will have a lot more fun. Yeah, but everything I've done, given the opportunity, I'll do it again.
Has brought you thus far. Jude, your question, your last question.
Yeah. I mean, at what point do you say, you know, there's a lot of not normalcy, but like you can rest knowing that the industry is where you envisioned it to be?
Unfortunately, we are a bit far off from there.
It'll take a lot.
If there's anything you know you can fault me for, is my honesty. Unfortunately or fortunately, we're a bit far. I think you see, when there's a perception of scarcity, nothing thrives in a state of scarcity. And right now, whether it's reality, whether it's a perception, we've created this environment of scarcity. So it's like, it's either me or you.
Right.
I can't help you because you would take away the one opportunity. And in fact, there's no scarcity in this world, right? There's enough for everyone. It's just that, you know, we hug the opportunities and we don't open it up. And so if we let go of our scarcity mentality, it will help us a lot. So I always say, when I had the opportunity, I wish I had a lot more support. And when I say support, it's not just policymakers. My own friends and my own colleagues treated me like I wasn't one of them. Perhaps it was a scarcity mentality, because if she's in that role, then I cannot be in that role, or I cannot have enough,
But there are other roles.
But there's so much. Imagine if we had all worked together to achieve, you know. And so this is the one sector where I would say there's so much, if only we relaxed and allowed ourselves to see what is possible.
I've been encouraged by this interview.
Yeah,
you know,
I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us.
You know, what you've done today is to give me a sense of, you know, optimism that, you know, things can get better. And thank you for your leadership. You know, it's not easy being in a space where you don't feel support, but you still bulldoze your way. You know, I wouldn't be in a job. I struggle to see myself in a job where I'm not in a salary, but, you know, still keep showing up. You know, that speaks to your love for country, you know, and want to say congratulations for years of dedicated service really to the country.
Thank you so much. I also want you to acknowledge those I worked with. They were about 10 men and women who encouraged me and sacrificed with me. There's no way I could have done it by myself.
But I hope they pay them later. If you pay them later, we'll take them to fair wages.
I don't think they were all treated well.
Wow.
You know, and I think it's important that we treat those who give to our country well. Because it is all we have. And when we get out of this country and we meet perhaps on the streets of South Africa, I'm a Ghanaian and you're a Ghanaian, and that's all that matters. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Juliet.
much, Juliet.
Asantua Asante.
Thank you.
Like her name, Asantua, she forced.
Yeah. You know, names have effects.
Yes, they do. They certainly do.
Maybe it was your call. You know, your calling to fight your way, but you did the heavy lifting, and that's what matters. You know, so
thank you so much.
Grateful.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. So guys,
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you, and let me just say,
there's some cake here. I think you could. Take a bite.
Do I have to take a bite on camera?
No, it could be later.
But it would be nice to see you take a bite. The maker of the cake would be very pleased. To say that Juliet Asante ate my cake on live TV. It's a big thing. But you can have it when you're
In
that.
spirit, I have taken because this first year, the first thing that has to go into my tummy is hot water.
Right.
And I haven't had
And
my
hot, then you can wrap it home.
So I will wrap it, take it home, and this will be the next thing after my hot water.
Thank you so much.
All right,
viewers, coming up is Doctor in the House. We're talking diabetes and pregnancy. Do stay.
Hello everyone, it's Doctor in the House and you are welcome. My name is Chris Carter. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the show I like to call the consultation before the main consultation. And the main consultation is when you get to the hospital. So on this show, we get to talk about everything about your health. And you get to know new things, you get to know how to manage whatever you're going through, and you get to also take care of yourself and appreciate the life that you actually have. Now, we are going to be talking about something a lot of people have overlooked, and it's actually important in maternal health, and it affects so many women. And like I said, it's often overlooked until complications arise. And the doctor in the house with us today is Dr. Kelvin Owusu, who's a wellness consultant at the Violet Medical Center. And today it's all about pregnancy and diabetes. Hi, Doc.
Hello, Chris.
How are you?
Very well.
Doc, are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Okay.
I am.
So let's get straight into it. You explained what diabetes was last year. I said last year. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about the events that we met last year. So you explained what diabetes was last week. And today it's diabetes in
women,
pregnancy.
In pregnancy, yes.
Yeah. So tell us about diabetes in pregnancy. Because I've heard about one that comes during pregnancy before. But just tell us about it.
Well, I mean, so diabetes, as we said last week, I mean, it's where there's a challenge with metabolism of sugar or glucose. And so the levels begin to rise in the blood. And it basically has to do with insulin. You know, so I mentioned that there's type 1 diabetes where the body is not producing enough insulin, sometimes no insulin at all. And so those people, they need insulin injections so that they can metabolize their sugar.
Right.
Then there's the type 2 diabetes where your body is producing insulin. In fact, sometimes your body is producing a lot more insulin than needed, but the insulin is not being effective in pushing the sugar out of the blood into the muscles where it's needed, you know. Now, there is a type 3 diabetes which some people have said is a subset of type 2, you know, and that is where we talk about the gestational diabetes. Where, yes, so type 3 diabetes is also known as gestational diabetes. It is, in terms of how it presents, it's similar to the type 2, because the body sometimes is producing a lot more insulin than needed, right? But then it's just not able to overcome the challenge, the insulin resistance, and so the sugar stays in the blood. But when we say diabetes in pregnancy, we need to explain it a little bit further.
Yeah.
You know, because you can have diabetes pre-existing diabetes.
Yeah.
And then he became pregnant. It's still considered diabetes in pregnancy.
So you can get pregnant when you have diabetes?
Yes, you can. You can get pregnant whilst you have diabetes.
Right.
I mean, we'll talk about it in a bit more details, but you can also develop new diabetes. You were not diabetic before, then you got pregnant, and then now you are diagnosed as diabetic. So that is what we call the gestational diabetes.
So we say it's the pregnancy that caused the...
Well, yes, it's as a result of the pregnancy, you know.
So is the pregnancy too sugary or blocking the insulin?
Well, you think about it this way, you know, when you are pregnant, you know, you are growing another human being inside your body.
Right.
And so your sugar requirement is higher because you are not only feeding yourself, you know, so the body mechanisms try to make more sugar available so that the baby can also, you know, enjoy some of the goodies, you know. When this mechanism doesn't go as it's supposed to go, then you tend to develop gestational diabetes. That is assuming you didn't have diabetes before. Now, the reason why it's important to understand whether it's a pre-existing diabetes or gestational diabetes is because even though they are all diabetes, they have different, how do I call it, different effects on the pregnancy, on the mother and the baby. You understand? And so the management may be the same, but we need to understand which diabetes we are dealing with because the outcomes might differ significantly. So, for instance, if a woman was...
So that's why it's always important to check.
Well, you know, pregnancy is actually one of those things that you need to prepare for. Right. Unfortunately, many people do not prepare for pregnancy. They just get pregnant. You understand? There actually is a part of medicine which talks about prenatal care, which every woman needs to actually go through before they become pregnant, you know.
Oh, before they become pregnant?
Before, you need to actually have a checkup before you become pregnant under ideal situation. But I don't know how many women have had a prenatal checkup. I mean, hey, they just get pregnant and
because
we all say
the Lord did
congratulations.
It for us.
Yes, the Lord is good all the time. So, so many women may not even be aware that they are diabetic. Right. The first time they discover that they have diabetes is when they actually become pregnant. You know, that presents a challenge. You know, because then you can't tell was it a pre-existing diabetes or is it a gestational diabetes? So it makes it a bit challenging. But the classic thing about gestational diabetes is that when the pregnancy ends, the diabetes also ends. It might sound like good news, but guess what? Up to 50% or more of women who had gestational diabetes will end up developing type 2 diabetes later on in life. So pregnancy is kind of like a window to your future. So if you develop hypertension when you are pregnant, there's a possibility that you develop hypertension later in life. If you develop diabetes when you are pregnant, even though the diabetes might disappear when the baby is delivered, you might develop diabetes later in life. So it tells you what's going to happen so that you can start preparing, or try and start preventing some of these things, you see. So pregnancy is a good thing. It shows you your future, kind of.
So what risk factors does women with, you know, pregnant women actually with gestational diabetes face?
So, okay, so in terms of what, how do I put it? What will make one woman more likely to develop gestational diabetes? You know, it starts with the age of the mother. You know, so if your first pregnancy is delayed, you know, mid-30s into your 40s, your risk of developing... Why are you making faces at me? There's a risk of developing gestational diabetes, you know. So in that regard, the earlier you give birth, the better for you. So
hey,
that is one.
You know, a lot of things happen with our age.
Yes, you know, and indeed, that's part of the reason why we are seeing a lot more of some of these things nowadays than previously, because now a lot more of our women are going into careers. They are furthering their education. So the starting family is getting more and more delayed. You know, so we are beginning to see a bit more of these in our setting than it used to be previously. So yes, maternal age at first pregnancy is a very important risk factor.
First pregnancy.
Well, I mean, all pregnancies, but most of the time it's the first pregnancy. If your first pregnancy is late 30s into your 40s, you tend to have a bit more issues than somebody who has been pregnant before. You know, then if the woman is already overweight, you know, overweight and obese, then your risk of getting gestational diabetes is high. If you've had a previous history of gestational diabetes yourself, so for instance, in a previous pregnancy, you developed diabetes, which went away after the baby was born. When you get pregnant again, there's a higher risk of developing the diabetes again during that pregnancy, you know. Or if there's a family history, if your mother developed gestational diabetes when she was pregnant with you or any of your siblings, there's a risk that you can also have the same experience as your mother. So you need to talk to your parents about their experience, because you might go through the same things that they went through, you know. So those are some of the risk factors so that will make one person develop gestational diabetes when compared to another person. You understand?
But is it preventable? Like I asked my mother, and my mother said, "Oh yeah, the doctor said I had during your pregnancy, you get me very." So, but is it preventable? So yeah.
So, I mean, that's a difficult question to answer, because even though we are saying that the risk factors tell us who is more likely to develop it, there are also women who develop gestational diabetes and they don't have any of the obvious risk factors. You understand? So when it comes to gestational diabetes, it is difficult to say it's preventable, you see, because it's an interplay between your hormones and it's a lot of... Pregnancy itself is a state of confusion for the body. You see, because you are trying to nurture a baby in there. at the same time, that baby is a parasite, in quote. So something must also prevent your body from attacking that same baby. So there's a lot going on in your body during pregnancy, and that's why there's a lot of, for instance, mood swings, all the cravings. It's all because of this confusing situation for the body, because hormones are spiking left and right, and so it will be difficult to say that if you do this, you prevent gestational diabetes. The important thing is that you need to go for regular checkups, because like I said, the effects vary depending on which of the diabetes that you are experiencing in that pregnancy. So for instance, if we are starting with those who have pre-existing diabetes, for instance, the biggest risk factor is miscarriages. So typically, women who come in with recurrent miscarriages, one of the things that we need to suspect is diabetes. Does this patient or does this woman have diabetes that nobody has diagnosed yet? Is that why she's getting the recurrent miscarriages? So that is a very important thing as compared to gestational diabetes that will not necessarily cause a miscarriage in that regard.
Right. Doc, so I have a question. And, okay. All right. So, when it comes to miscarriages, maybe we'll talk about this someday. When it comes to miscarriages, there are some miscarriages that are termed, I forgot the term, like it's like a fluke pregnancy. It's just there. There's nothing there.
Yes. Okay. So I'm sure you're referring to the molar pregnancies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's just nothing there.
Like it's just a shell. Yes. It's possible.
So would you classify that kind of miscarriage to diabetes too?
So all miscarriages. So diabetes, pre-existing diabetes, especially if it is poorly controlled, can result in recurrent miscarriages. So the woman gets pregnant, within 3 months, the pregnancy terminates by itself. Then she tries again, she gets pregnant. Within 3 months, the pregnancy will terminate. So that's a very common feature of poorly controlled diabetes. You understand? Then, of course, there are also some women who struggle to get pregnant. So infertility can be a result of poorly controlled diabetes as well. Too. So now here's the thing. You struggle to get pregnant, and when you do get pregnant, then the pregnancy terminates. So that could be a sign of poorly controlled pre-existing diabetes, and we need to deal with that. Then birth defects, So poorly controlled diabetes can result in birth defects. So you get pregnant and you actually give birth to a baby.
It causes a lot of things, huh?
Yes. So that is why the prenatal screening, for instance, is very important. Once you have made up your mind that I want to get pregnant, you need to go and get yourself evaluated. Do I have everything intact? Everything is all right? Because if the diabetes is well controlled, if it's treated properly, you can get pregnant and deliver a baby and there's no problem. So that's the challenge with pre-existing diabetes. Now, before we move on, if the baby should form properly and you go through the pregnancy process, there's something called IUGR, intrauterine growth restriction, which is also common with pre-existing diabetes. So the child is very small, and then maybe born even preterm, So that comes with its own complications as well. So pre-existing diabetes can cause all of that. On the other hand, gestational diabetes kind of causes the opposite. So the baby tends to become very, very big.
Big baby.
Very big, you see. And it's because the sugar staining, a lot of sugar is given to the baby. Because, like I said, the whole point of the sugar, the hyperglycemic state during pregnancy is so that the baby can have a lot more sugar, Now, if this is unregulated, as in the case of gestational diabetes, too much sugar goes into the baby. Now, unused sugar is converted to fat, so the baby becomes obese.
A fat baby.
Exactly. So you are going to give birth to a child who is about 4 kilos, 4.5 kilos. I've seen 5.2.
Yeah.
So for now, currently, the record in my hospital is 5.2.
I saw a 5 kilo. I was afraid.
Yes. it was a huge baby.
I've seen that.
You cannot deliver such a baby by yourself. And if you actually attempt to do that delivery by yourself, the mother will end up with injuries, down in your nether region. And the baby too will come out with injuries, fractures of the clavicle, nerve damage, etc. So such a baby has to be delivered by cesarean section.
The one I saw, the baby died.
It's a possibility.
Because she was also religious. Oh, we don't just deal with that, yeah. So the baby was the baby's head just stuck, but the body couldn't come out.
Exactly. So that's a catastrophic outcome. But yes, if the baby is too big, the shoulders cannot come out, and if you force the shoulders out, that is when the mother will get injuries and the baby will also get injuries as well. So if the baby goes past a certain weight, the recommendation is cesarean section. And gestational diabetes can cause that.
I love your job. I love medicine. And I like the fact that we are talking about this because there are so many people that are, religiously warped that do not want to hear any of this, but I love the fact that we are talking about this.
It's important that we understand that every decision has its consequences, and as medics, we cannot force our will on the patient. Much as we try, we cannot force our will on the patient. So at the end of the day, the patient will let us know what they want us to do, and we have no choice than to go through with what they want. Especially in our setup, where if you wanted to go and get a court order, it's
it's long.
It's long. So, but let me also chip in that when the baby, if you do deliver the baby, whether by cesarean or by natural delivery, there's a risk of death from hypoglycemia, as in low blood sugar. Because when the baby has been exposed to so much sugar in utero, that is inside the womb for so long, they naturally develop high insulin levels. So when you cut the cord, that insulin that was coming from the mother, that sugar that was coming from the mother is cut off. Now you have high insulin in the baby, so that high insulin will suddenly crash the sugar in the baby's blood. And so if that baby is not put on strict monitoring and possibly replaced with some IV sugar, and I use the IV sugar advisedly because there's proper, glucose that has been made for IV administration. Then you could lose that baby. And so when the baby is born, we need to pay attention to the blood glucose. We'll probably be monitoring every hour. Some parents get quite agitated when you are poking the baby every hour to check the sugar, but it's for a reason. You understand? We want to make sure that the blood sugar is good enough, to sustain the baby. Otherwise, we could have a catastrophic outcome.
Right. So if you're watching us right now, it's Doctor in the House, and we are talking about pregnancy and diabetes. Like the WhatsApp lines are open for you to send in your messages. So if you have any messages or any concerns that you want to ask the doctor is here to answer all those questions for you when it comes to the topic of the day, which is diabetes and pregnancy. So, Doc, what about preeclampsia and high blood pressure?
So diabetes, yes. So diabetes in pregnancy actually increases your risk of getting hypertension, which then leads to preeclampsia and its older cousin, eclampsia. So eclampsia is seizure, that pregnant women get as a result of blood pressure related issues and kidney damage. So yes, preeclampsia involves a lot of processes that eventually result in problems with the kidney. So this is why actually whenever you are pregnant and you go to the hospital, they will always take urine from you. I tell my pregnant women that when you are pregnant, your body is not yours anymore, unfortunately. Every time you go to the hospital, they will draw blood, they will take urine. And because we need to check some of these things. So one of the things they check in your urine is glucose. So is there glucose in your urine? Is there protein in your urine? If there's glucose in your urine, could you be developing diabetes, or do you already have diabetes? If there's protein in your urine, could it be preeclampsia? So that's why we must check your urine every visit. Then we need to draw blood as well and check. Again, we'll check your sugar and other things. And at a particular point in pregnancy, around 14 to 20 weeks there, but we need to do a diabetes evaluation. Because it's not every woman who will develop the signs for you to see that this person has diabetes. So we need to check and see, does she have or does she not have? So when you come to the hospital or when you go to antenatal and they are poking you, it's for a good cause because we don't want to miss anything. But before I forget, now the risk in the baby doesn't just end with the hypoglycemia. Babies born to mothers who had gestational diabetes have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes themselves. So it doesn't end there. So,
they have a higher risk of developing it. So they don't have it yet.
They don't have it at the time they are born. But as they grow older, sometimes by early adulthood, they most likely will develop the type 2 diabetes themselves in the children born to such mothers.
So without even looking like someone that can develop maybe the weight and or being obese and all that. So the point is, if I am engaging a person who has been newly diagnosed as diabetic and we are not finding any risk factor, he's not overweight, he does his regular exercises, then the next question to ask is, did your mother have diabetes during pregnancy? Because there is that connection which has been established. Doc, this is so complicated. It's so complicated.
It is. But you see, the good news is that we know how to manage diabetes in pregnancy, whether it was diabetes pre-existing or diabetes that developed during pregnancy. The important thing is that you need to be consistent with your antenatal care. If you don't have any problem in your pregnancy, you don't go to the hospital. I mean, you don't do antenatal as frequently. I think once every trimester, and then you do a final one. So only about 4 or 5 times. If you have such an issue in pregnancy, you'll be required to go a bit more frequently. So you need to engage with your healthcare provider so that you don't assume that they are trying to just waste your time, or you don't just say, my friend is going only 4 times. Why am I going plenty? Let me also sit in the house. You see, your case is unique.
Right. So when someone is, diagnosed of the gestational diabetes, is there something that the person can do? Or let's say, how important is nutrition, exercising, and so on when it comes to
the management is similar to managing diabetes. So diet is important, especially in our setting. When people are pregnant, they are told not to eat certain foods. They are told to eat certain foods, and then things like ayelo and chalk become a mainstay. All those ones we don't advise you to engage to eat any of those things because it doesn't help you.
Right.
But diet, good diet, balanced diet, adequate carbohydrates, protein very important. Some pregnant women are told not to eat protein. They don't eat snail. They don't eat eggs. Eggs and snails are actually good sources of protein, so please eat them. Good fats, not what's it called?
The trans fat.
Trans fats, and you get trans fat from reusing oils, for instance.
And processed food.
And processed food, cut down on processed foods. Now, exercise is very good for pregnant women. In our local setting, we actually discourage pregnant women from exercising, but no, exercise is very, very good, provided they are not overdoing it. So exercise within your limits. If it's a walk you want to take, you can go ahead and walk. If it's a jog you're allowed to jog, so long as there's no contraindication, you have not had any bleeding or low abdominal pain, you can actually jog. There are women who have actually jogged all the way into the labor ward, so there's no problem with exercising during pregnancy. Very, very important. So, and then your medication, once you are diagnosed as diabetic, you will be started on medication.
Right.
These medications are safe in pregnancy, so you have to take them to help regulate your blood sugar. Because if you don't do that, then the baby is going to continue getting bigger and bigger until you cannot deliver by yourself. So we want to, manage it as much as possible.
Right. So we have a question here, Doc. It says, does having a child at 30, 31 affect anything? The mother of the baby?
Not that. I mean, 30 is actually a good age to have your baby. But when you go above 35 and you enter into 40s, especially for a first baby, then you're entering into should I say chaotic areas of life. But even with that, we know how to manage it. You just have to be consistent with your hospital attendants.
All right. So what precautions should people actually take during labor? I mean, that's somebody with gestational diabetes.
Well, I mean, the first thing is you need to go for antenatal.
Very important.
Once you're going for antenatal, we'll identify the risk factors and we'll manage those risk factors. And then so that we'll know, are you actually a candidate for SVD to deliver yourself, or are you a candidate for cesarean? So once we know which is which, then you are counseled so that sometimes you tell a woman that this pregnancy has to be cesarean. Then the woman will tell you that I've delivered all my babies by myself, so this one to deliver myself.
I'm a Hebrew woman. I will deliver like a Hebrew woman.
And they'll always find somebody to help them push. And then especially if you're in the teaching hospital, then you'll be there and then they rush this person in with the baby.
With the baby's head.
And now we don't know what to do. So you see, the painful thing is to actually go through the labor and still end up on the table for a cesarean. So if you are counseled for cesarean, looking at all the factors available, please, you listen to your doctor. You can always get a second opinion, and do that way before the labor sets in. Don't wait until the labor sets in and then you decide, you are now deciding what to do.
Right.
So follow your antenatal schedule and we'll definitely pick up some of these things.
All right, so Doc, the baby is out now, right? And of course, this person has gestational diabetes during pregnancy. So the baby is out now. At what point should she now retest to see if this thing is gone?
So when a woman delivers, we as medics, we still consider her pregnant for 6 weeks.
Pregnancy when?
6 weeks after delivery. Because it takes 6 weeks for all the hormones and all those things to return to normal. So that is why your final review is at 6 weeks. And that is when we'll confirm whether the diabetes has resolved or is still there. So if the diabetes persists after 6 weeks, or let me put it this way, if after if 6 weeks post delivery, your blood sugar is still high, then it means that it was not gestational diabetes in the first place. It was a pre-existing diabetes that was only discovered during pregnancy. So then it means that you have type 2 diabetes. But if we are testing at the 6 weeks and the diabetes or the sugar is normal without medication, then it means that it was gestational diabetes. So now you go home, and then if you do get pregnant again, we will check again and see if it has returned in quotes.
Right. So we actually have a message here. Good morning, doctor. Please, I want to ask if there's a particular food in pregnancy that can trigger gestational diabetes.
No. So diabetes in general is not necessarily about the food you are eating.
Because that's what they tell us.
No.
Stop eating sugar. You'll get diabetes.
So it's not direct. It's not directly related to the food you are eating.
Wow.
It's about how your body now handles the byproduct of the food, which is the sugar. So when the sugar now enters your blood, insulin is supposed to push it into the areas where it to be used, which is in the muscles. But then unfortunately the insulin is challenged, so then now your sugar begins to go up. So there's no particular food that you eat that will necessarily trigger diabetes. Having said that, the more processed the food is, the faster your sugar level will rise. So that's a little caveat you have to be aware of. So for instance, if you took orange fruit and then you squeeze the juice and you drank it, versus taking orange juice in a box.
In the pack,
The one in the box will shoot up your blood sugar faster than the fruit juice. I mean, than the juice on the fruit itself.
Organic food, though. So, doctor, we have another message. I know it's not about diabetes, but she's pregnant. Hello, doctor. I'm pregnant, and I was told I have a cyst at my right side. Can it harm my baby?
At the right side, so I'm assuming this is an ovarian cyst.
Yes.
So it depends on how old the pregnancy is, because when you first of all, when you have your period, you always have a cyst. When the egg is released, there's a cyst that forms. It's called a corpus luteum. Should you become pregnant, that corpus luteal cyst is what sustains the pregnancy until the placenta forms. So if it's an early pregnancy before the placenta has formed, typically the placenta forms around 13 weeks, 12 weeks, 13, 14 weeks, thereabouts. So if the pregnancy is before that, I mean, it's that young, then the cyst being there is normal. So it depends on how old the pregnancy is.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, doctor. It has been a very interesting conversation. But then again, what advice would you give women? And then after that, you can share us the tip of the week.
I mean, pregnancy is a normal part of human life, you know. So in as much as there are a lot of challenges that come as a result of pregnancy, we know how to manage or how to deal with a lot of these challenges. So the important thing is that go through a prenatal screening if you have the chance, and then if there's anything that is picked up at that point, we can deal with it so that when you do get pregnant, we can manage you throughout the pregnancy and be sure that you're going to have a good outcome of that pregnancy.
Right. Okay, your tip of the week?
Yes, so diabetes in pregnancy does not only affect the mother, the effects on the child may develop even in adulthood. So that's the point I was making. So it doesn't end when the baby is born. That baby could also develop type 2 diabetes in later life because the mother had gestational diabetes.
Thank you, doctor. It was really nice having this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor in the house was Dr. Kelvin Owusu, who's a wellness consultant at Violet Medical Center. Where is Violet Medical Center? Violet is in
Kwabenya, Musuku roundabout.
How can people reach out?
Well, we are active on social media. You can find us at Violet Medical on all social media channels. And you can also find me as well, Kelvin Owusu, MD, on all social media channels.
All right. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Doctor in the House. My name is Chris Carter.
Ten years of unforgettable memories. breathtaking sights, unlimited excitement, new friendships. And this March, we're turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. Get ready for the road trip of a lifetime. 8 epic days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We roll from Greater Accra through the Eastern region, cruise into the Northern and Upper East regions, vibe through the Western region, and hit many more iconic destinations across Ghana. It's culture, it's adventure, it's pure discovery with the best people and the best vibes. Expect non-stop fun, endless scenic views, deep cultural immersion, new networks, and friendships and memories that will outlive the journey. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary. You cannot miss it. Watch out for details soon. Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
No one ball, what back?
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, you should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe was Zebaut.
How Zebaut there?
Zebaut won Chaboke.
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
Join
the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. Want the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive.
Minke man bi mo nyo Kofi Adam no my kami. Matwale. Man ke la ke no ya ne. Meneke. Fe won sha ko ba club me fe ke jeje. Ni wo hin aka wo she. Ye Yesu gba mi. Amen.
Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama. Catch the excitement every Friday.
You're welcome back to the New Year edition of Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Edo Safo, and Jude Duncan. What an interesting conversation, we had with Juliet and then Doctor in the House. So we're about to do what's trending, and obviously we're going to be talking about what happened yesterday on the 31st before we crossed over into this new year. And Jude and I are going to be talking about that here on the show. We're starting off strong with Alpha Hour.
The Alpha Hour convocation.
Yeah.
You know.
Alpha Hour.
So apparently it was just
2 days, right?
Yeah, 2 days. It happened on the 30th and the 31st. It was surprising to know that by the 30th in the afternoon, the stadium was already getting filled to capacity. By evening time was packed, and of course that was day one. So a lot of the anticipation was for day two, which is also the watch night service.
Yeah.
As a lot of people refer to as crossover. Now this was particularly interesting because aside the usual prayers that would happen during the Alpha Hour, there were also like a lineup of seasoned gospel musicians. So top of my head, I know Esther Smith was there, Effie Grace was there, Becky Bonnie was there,
Tego
Pastor Isaiah was
Sisters.
there, Tego Sisters, you know. So it looked well planned. And of course, when some of these things happened, the usual comparison, you know, albeit sometimes too very ignorantly takes place. So for example, people are like, do they not have jobs? You know, do they, like, why are you wasting your time? Then of course we see the counter arguments to, but you go to concerts, you know, and stand. At least we are sitting and all of that. So people had raised concerns about the very, you know, I want to be careful because some of these things can stoke a lot of, but of course people were raised concerns about how the place was already getting packed even before the event to start and all of that. And there were counter, you know, claims and all of that. But all in all, I think people had a good time. The feedback and the review are getting suggests that it was a well-patronized event.
Yeah.
Possibly, I don't want to compare, but between this and Shatawale at the Independence Square, I think both are, you know, because to be fair, for day 2, we are being told that there were a lot more people even outside. You know, so you have to like set up.
Able to get
exactly. So like giant screens were set up.
Because I think as at 12, the place was filled up with people from all over
midday.
Ghana. Yeah, midday.
Look at that, and it was supposed to start around.
Someone, when I watched CNR, a man that the interviewer spoke to said that he came purposely because he knows that it's going to be a packed stadium, especially today being the 31st, and so he wants to avoid all of that and not finding a place to sit and all of that. So he came early so that he could secure his spot. He came with all his family. They have food all the way from Kumasi. They have food, they have water, and so they are set for 31st night and, you know, the convocation at the stadium.
This was absolutely breathtaking. I think the closest we've seen to this for a gospel event, possibly previous crossover. Okay, there's NSPPD as well.
That happened last year as well.
Pastor Jerry.
Yes, Pastor Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, that was also big. You know, prior to that, we see a lot of the, is it the, not First Love Church. First Love Church is a branch of it, so the Dag Heward Mills Ministries.
Okay.
You know, they also have the Good Friday service at the Independence Square.
Oh, do they?
But I think the numbers this time around looked a lot more.
You think Greater Works pulls a similar crowd? Or?
Greater Works in previous editions, you know, used to be held at the Independence Square. I think they've done the stadium too before. But you know, if you look at the numbers here,
wow, this is amazing.
And to think that all of this started off the internet,
yeah,
it gives you, you know, an indication where this is headed to. You know, it didn't start on mainline media, even though now,
now he has a TV,
mainline or traditional media, you know, and radio. Because as of the time the prayer is going on midday, I think it broadcast on midnight. Sorry, it broadcast on other radio stations as well. So people have bought in, and for me, I'm happy to see that a lot of people are, you know, partook in it. You know, they people say it's organized religion, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's for me. I'm still excited. At least people are showing, you know, reverence to God. The next thing is that we expect that it reflects in our lives,
right,
you know, at the national level. A lot of the criticisms against Christianity or the faith is that we profess, you know, statistically there are a lot more Christians, overwhelmingly, you know, but a lot of them too, you know, are found guilty when major scandals come up. In fact, some of them are even like churchgoers, some of them are even like church financiers, some of them are tithers. You know, some of the worst forms of crimes involve people who are Christian. So it's great to show reverence to God. It's great to celebrate. It's great to usher yourself through prayer and thanksgiving into the new year. But we expect that it reflects in our lives all through the year.
I couldn't agree with you 100%.
You know,
yeah.
So yeah, we wish them well.
Yeah.
You know, I have not really been a keen follower. Maybe of Alpha. I'll admit I'll come and sit on TV and maybe passively, you know, maybe I'm driving home late night one time, probably on Sunny FM or probably on some other station. So you listen. Sometimes you see short clips on social media, you know, but to see that people are following religiously, you know, I love the dedication. You know, I can't but admire the dedication to this. So there are a couple of videos, right? We'll start off with Efe Grace. You know her?
Yes. I love, I knew her from, I think she started in Kumasi.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then I've seen her at Maker's House several times.
I'm being told her dad was a famous musician in Ghana. You know that, back in the day, that piano thing they play.
The one that they put around their neck and play.
Apparently, the dad was like, I stand to be corrected. Maybe viewers, if you're out there, yeah, you can share with us. But I'm being told the dad is Reverend Kwesi Berkon. Kwesi Berkon. Famed for a lot of, powerful, uplifting. Those days when you hear the song, that Charlie, the Spirit of God
is in this one.
Probably start with some praise God. Yeah, but Charlie, they serve faithfully, right? So let's look at Ife Grace. Let's take a look at Ife Grace, powerful ministration at the Alpha Hour convocation at the Accra Sports Stadium last night.
Just a church.
Wow.
So a sneak
peek
into what, took place last night.
Yeah.
For many, they said they were blessed. I've seen a lot of review, positive for them on social media, recounting the joy, the satisfaction, the excitement that took place last night at the convocation. Wherever you worshipped, I understand, a lot of people were trooping in churches like never before.
What some people do? They'll stay in the bar when it's 11:30, find the closest church, enter.
I have a friend on Snapchat.
Crossover.
His video sequence, right, was a chop bar.
Okay.
As at 10:30, then church, then a club.
That's right.
I wonder how people do it. Like the energy.
I remember how you do it.
Yeah,
Why you don't have the energy anymore?
I don't think so.
Hey, you're too young
I
to
know.
be saying
But
that.
see, I went for a concert this year. I went to at a point. I just sit in my car and I slept.
You're joking.
I promise you. What? Yeah, I think my legs are gone. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Anyway.
Son of a Kinky Seller is looking for you, so you'll be fine. Maybe you just need to up your energy, but yeah.
Yeah. There are a lot more comments, you've shared on this particular, trending conversation, and we'll read a couple of them. Setina Boahima tweets and said, Alpha Hour every day with God is every day in victory. You are victorious in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Fire. Amen, Setina. Kratafa Imiensa at Sanzo Baji says, Nyakopon bedin kunim da. Yesu edin kunim. Bang, bang.
Over Satan power.
Bang. Messiah edin kunim.
Bang, bang.
We are overcomers. No, Charlie, they just bedin kunim da.
Yeah.
Then we are with the banku da. Oh, Charlie, shall I continue?
I beg you, after that banku comment, it's fine. I guess that you're hungry.
One time in the newsroom, I remember Nilate asking me, what I'll eat. So it was like in treat, Charlie, you do be them. So bedin kunim. And I felt other people heard it was like bass. Bass. Yeah, but everything kunim. I know. 2026.
Yebedin kunim. Yebedin kunim.
Da. Anyway, more messages coming in.
All right.
At Lomi says God is the greatest. Yeah.
God is definitely the greatest.
Shout outs to Nyanyo Nyankopon. Charlie, it's for there for you. I am Ogidi says this is living testimony that the youth are turning to God. Say what you will, but Christ is drawing his children away from the grip of the devil. Interesting replies. You know, much tweeted in reply to say that youth are hungry, laugh out loud, and no man of God has prayed to solve that. Well, like I said earlier, there was a lot of
how can
give and take.
What's this one? Afro Talk. How can you say this? Some people are never like
but, no, but it's true. Some people were, I don't know for Alpha R, but you know, like you said, in my church, when we crossed over and we were doing praises, some people just entered away. You know, I don't think they were church members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
so far as you come and praise and sing and thank God for, you know, crossing over successfully into 2022.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think,
Fair enough.
you know,
Fair enough.
Regardless
fair
of how
enough,
you choose to celebrate after that, and
fair
then
enough,
your
fair
own
enough.
problem.
You know, and like when we started the show, I was saying that I don't think your participation in organized religion or church entering into the new year is guarantee of a successful year.
Of course.
A lot more depends on your ethics, your values,
and
the
your
work
input.
you put in, you know. So
exactly.
Of course there's a role for faith.
Yeah.
And we acknowledge that.
Definitely.
You know, so but there's also a place for hard work. And I want to urge people that let's prioritize faith as much as we do hard work.
Yeah.
Or
I totally agree with
vice
you.
versa. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Alpha R convocation by Pastor Elvis Agyemang. There's no doubt he's built something very unique, something very special, and we wish him well.
Every day with God, it's every day in victory. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Share the link. Share the link. Yeah. That's what he says. That's
Incredible.
what he says.
All right, congratulations to the team for that. Moving on, to this is news that I think you are particularly excited about.
I'm very excited about.
Yeah,
I really want to see where this would end up.
From one church, you know, related activity to
another
to prophecy. So yeah, Ebo Noah, what's his ministerial name? You know.
Probably let me Google it.
But famed for what many have described as public deceit and fear mongering. Ebo Noah, who you can say took social media by storm, you know, from August actually. We are being told all of this started somewhere in August. Of course, it peaked in December when his, you know, scheduled prophecy was, you know, expected to have happened. Now the deadline happened 25th December, and we are being told.
It's called Evans
We are being told by Evans Eshen, aka Ebo Noah, that his prayers averted the floods, and a lot of people didn't take lightly to this, considering the fact that, you know, apparently some other persons have fallen gullible to this. You know, they had fallen victim to what is now being described as a scam. So he was picked up by the police and arrested, and has been charged with causing fear in public. On Saturday, NO didn't spare the organizers of Rapaholic.
No, I didn't.
For platforming him.
Because I felt it was wrong. Because he's a self-styled prophet. I mean, we jailed.
Is he a prophet?
What is he?
He's a suit.
He's a soothsayer.
He can't be a soothsayer. He's a.
That's why I said self-styled. Self-styled. You know, Patricia is in jail because of you know, similar things, and so putting him up on stage, what did they want?
But do you know if he took money from people?
I understand he asked for donations in order to build the ark, and also I saw on social media that he had used those funds to buy a vehicle. I can't you know, say whether that is true or not. I can't independently confirm whether that is true or not, but that's what social media was saying. And so this I'm very happy about, because, oh yeah, so that's the vehicle that he purposely bought with no mean a vehicle. I thought Benz.
But, you know,
and then people used to complain that the ark that he's building is small. He said it will expand. As people get into the ark, he'll expand. And I remember even here, we staff on the 24th, as we were getting ready for situation, we're like, so will this be, you know, jokingly, this will be our last situation before the floods happen on the 25th. I mean, how do you say these things and then people will believe you? And then you want to be walking around like
nothing has happened.
Like nothing has happened because we are whining.
But my bigger issue is how people fall for this.
Like I was saying, see, religion and people's beliefs walk hand in hand.
Yeah, but this is like, it's too outrageous
to believe.
Yeah. You know, I get the role of education in this. I get that people, you know, sometimes desperation and fear drive people into very absurd circumstances. But, you know, I'm different, I guess.
No, share your expression.
There's no way on earth
That you would
Ebonowa
do something
can
like
convince
this.
me to something like that.
Yeah. I see people are being scammed. There's romance scam. How do you think they do it?
Yeah, but like romance scam is different. There's like emotion. You know, so what is he feeding on? Is he feeding on fear?
He's feeding on people's belief in the Bible and the fear of probably dying.
No, but if you read your Bible, there's no way you fall for this
I think people just read the Bible.
without praying to understand.
Yes. Because that's also very cool.
So, if you, is
Also,
it-
people to me about the general counsel, but that's his understanding of the word.
the Bible says that he gives us the Holy Spirit. His role is to convict us.
Yeah. So I think in as much as your Osofo is saying this, you should also read and get your own understanding and then mark the two and then live your life
To
accordingly.
be fair, even if you are casually reading the Bible, right? Like I'm saying, it's the role of the Holy Spirit to convict us. I don't think that if you read your Bible, you fall for this.
Because I mean, come on.
Yeah. So,
The
persons who-
25th.
And see, we are not using this platform to chide people for
Believing in him.
yeah, but we are all I'll probably just say to this is that let us be more, circumspect, right? Let's probe further. Let's not, and sometimes it will shock you. There are more sophisticated scams than this, but on the same level, So let's probably ask questions more. Let's probe further, and if you are not sure, you can find out from someone, right? Yeah.
On the 24th, so it rained in Kumasi, and on social media people.
It rained in Accra too as well.
Oh really? Then
Yeah.
some parts of Accra.
Yeah,
On the
either
24th
24th or the 23rd.
23rd it rained in Accra.
Okay, then 23rd.
Yes. 24th it rained in Kumasi, and
You were
you
saying
know my
that-
people. I see videos trending online like, "Hey, it's your Nibo and I am comfortable no Aki."
Oh, God. He needs, anyway, because like you rightly said, Agrada was sentenced to court for similar, right?
Yeah, sentenced to jail.
Defrauding,
by
under false pretense.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so there's a video of him, making that appearance at the Rapperholic concert hosted by, popular Ghanaian rapper Sarkodie. Of course, it didn't go down well with a section of the public. Let's take a look at this video.
And if one of you God reveals to redeem. Na nyame chade ya pompaye, wa pompaye, na nyame etia. And the second first, let's party! I said that no more shot, we did go back to Black Tuesdays. But that's a team come out, be winning that be the best of place. And if one of you God reveals to redeem. Na nyame chade ya pompaye, wa pompaye, na nyame etia. And the second first, let's party! I said that no more shot, we did go back to Black Tuesdays. But that's a team come out.
Wait. Wait. Sarkodie fans, let's party.
He say God reveals to redeem. Actually, you for catch him again. they have to arrest him again.
What bonfire, my bonfire. God reveals to so Sarkodie fans, let's party. Really? Honestly, Rapperholic, I'm disappointed in the management. They shouldn't have brought him on stage. I don't know whether it was is a comic stress relief. I don't know, but for me it was a no. Maybe because as a man so just to see him there on stage. If I was a Rapperholic, I'd have probably climbed the stage to pull him off. What nonsense!
Oh, so he's in the grips of the law.
Hallelujah.
And yeah. And we are hoping that the law
deals with him.
Yeah, in a manner that deters other people from engaging in similar. Right. Of course, your comments have been coming on this particular one. Lots of them. We've got a few of them we want to share with everyone. Okay. Dark skin.
Darker skin.
At Bradley's darker skin. I am at Bradley Carl. Says, bro predicted a flash but couldn't predict his own arrest. That was a good one.
I like that.
Farmer Akin Alabi Akin Wale says, them don't finally catch this man, but I love his courage. He shook the world.
Can you imagine?
It's crazy. Yeah, some other comment coming through. Nightmare says the police too, them be wicked though. Them wage on 31st, them go bam. Tomorrow be holiday. Second to say, oh, it's a break.
It's a break.
Weekend. So unless
Monday, 5th.
By the time he comes out, he'll be reformed. Kenny83 says this is just going to make him stronger.
Oh, how?
Sometimes some of these things have a way they make you even more popular. Because there's a lot more attention on you and stuff like that. But if it's seen as punishment enough, it will curtail him.
Yeah.
I think we saw
others from doing that.
And to be fair, all of those Mebusem and all of those guys, where are they now?
Mebusem.
Oh, Ghana Jesus or whatever he called himself.
My timeline then from him fast.
It was all over the place. To be fair, some Christians took serious offense to. So he was reenacting some of Jesus's recorded.
Oh, that guy with the funny wig and the
exactly.
Okay. He did one commercial, and I think that was the end of him and his.
Yeah. It doesn't. The point is that it usually doesn't end well.
Yeah.
If you want fame or you want public acclaim or adoration, there are so many other ways to go about it, and I don't think inciting fear is a very justifiable way about. So I'm happy. I can't even lie. Like I want the Lord to deal with him. I want the Lord to deal with him. Right.
I think there were more messages, right?
I think so too. Yeah. So this other one says that 31st pound why he no go church. That's at Reggie Skido. Where the funny that's the thing about Twitter. There's always a replies. So Kobe Bryant replied in Reggie Skido and said he go do one for sales. So the church, oh God.
And someone said, what? At Rugged Wojak.
Yeah.
It seems the flood was postponed because he needs to test his bins. Can you imagine?
God. I know.
Parody account. Nobody go make shit pass on. We don't want a liar in 2026.
The fun thing is that after this, somebody would have also come and reenacted like some different Bible story. Like, would have gotten out of hand. Like there's a tendency for that. So like one person starts something. Even look at this whole Guinness record thing.
Yeah.
So Hilda Bashi from Nigeria starts. The next thing, everybody in Ghana is trying to break a Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
If you don't check this, what would have happened is that because it is easy fame, and unfortunately, it's sometimes, so this Rapaholic thing, he will probably charge big money, and because people are hungry, hunger is a dangerous.
There's a driver of a lot of things.
It's dangerous. It can either spur you on positively or lead you to self-destruction. What would have seen was that now everybody will start reenacting Bible story. Abraham will come and go and look for Isaac as a sheep. Then, somebody to come as Joseph and go and look for Mary and say the Holy Spirit has impregnated it. It would have been a pandemic. I'm not even joking. So we need to
cut it. And I'm glad that the Ghana police have done that.
Yohonu, IGP.
Deal with them for us.
And this is also in relation to the video of the gentleman seen firing the arm in celebration of an artist. Can you imagine? Like, what will make you take a firearm and just randomly shoot?
The funny thing, he knew he was doing wrong when he said, I beg you, but let me.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
It's unbelievable. So, IGP, well done. So we'll be supporting keep the fire burning.
2026.
I'm telling you, let the fire burn. There'll be decency on the streets, and there'll be more responsibility.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, guys.
Yeah.
All too soon.
All too soon. Hey, it's 11. Oh, time now, so
I know.
We're leaving.
I know.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you. When will I see you? I'll see you CNR tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Catch you same time tomorrow.
Catch us same time tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
And on the weekend. Mwah.